All right, ladies. Is we ready? Is we ready? We ready? We ready. All right. Look, that's all I was waiting on. What's up?
Hey.
What's going on, everybody? We are back for another ladies first panel. Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first. Okay, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern, and for the rest of y'all, figure it out. Thank you. We have me behind the blue. Hello, everybody know me. This is my channel. We circulate channels every week. So this week it's me. Next week it will be Jay Lee, and then after that it will be Miss Niecy Dixon, and then or is it Jamie then Niecy? It's Jamie then Niecy. Okay, Jamie, and then Niecy. Okay, so follow everybody that's in this right here. Okay, follow the foursome. Okay, follow the foursome. Follow the foursome. Okay, thank you so very much. We're so happy to see all of y'all in the chat coming through to have a nice time with us this evening. Hey, Saki, thank you so much for coming in to moderate. Okay, what's up? Yes, people, do not stalk us. Like
Please.
the video, okay? It's really appreciated. All right, so what we drinking, ladies? Because right now I'm on the Kahlua and coffee I had a few minutes ago, and now I'm drinking water. What y'all on?
I got water.
Yeah, I got my detox tea, and then I'm gonna have some water.
I'm gonna surprise y'all one day and come on here with water.
No, you not.
Every time you come on here with wine, I want some wine. I'm like, I want wine.
Already some Pinot.
Okay. So y'all know how we start this every week. Okay, we're gonna start with Mary Fuck. Bang, bang, bang. Okay. Mary Fuck Kill, y'all. Okay. Y'all ready? Are we all ready?
Oh,
This is a group. This is a group situation here, and you have to pick the whole group. You can't pick members. You got to pick the whole group.
I gotta fuck them all?
Please don't do the no limit crew.
Okay.
No, you
First of all, no, this should go run my vagina down because it's too many people. It's a lot of people.
Whatever. Whatever. Okay, you got the choice. You gonna marry, fuck, or kill these three boy groups. Now this is Boyz II Men, Jodeci, New Edition. I'm gonna allow the ladies to go ahead and tell me what they think, and now
so we gotta it'll be a marry all, fuck all, or kill all.
There we go.
Okay. I would marry. I would marry New Edition because I feel like Ralph Tresvant, Bobby Brown, and Ronnie DeVoe got some good dick. So I would like to marry that. And I feel like it's not, either Belle or Bill, one of them, is good business-wise, so we'll be paid. We won't be broke. You know, Johnny Gill, I think he make pancakes. We're going to be hungry. So I would marry them. I would fuck Jodeci because I feel like Dalvin and Devontae in their heyday was real good fuckable dick or whatever. Now I don't know because I think they be on drugs now. But I think even Casey and JoJo at one point was really good sexually until the alcohol took course. I would fuck Jodeci. I would kill Boyz II Men because I don't want to make love to them. They gotta go.
The smash is easy. You were thinking exactly what I was thinking. The smash is easy, but everybody in the comments was saying the same thing as you, Jay Lee. I just feel like the difficult decision would be who to marry.
I marry the most because I want all my options.
The most. So the smash is for Jodeci. I guess marry Boyz II Men just. Because to me, they seem like, correct me if I'm wrong, they seem to be the more mature of the groups. So it's a marry for Boyz II Men, smash Jodeci, and kill New Edition.
Oh, you gonna kill New Edition?
I hated to do it, but they just fell off that way because Jodeci was a smash.
Okay.
And that's how I was looking at it. It was like a sweep for me. That's why I was thinking I was going from here to here. I would marry Boys to Men. I feel like they more my stilo. Y'all remember 702 my stilo? Yeah. So they more my stilo. And then I feel like body wise, Jodeci got it. So I would definitely smash them. And then I would have to unfortunately kill New Edition because my age range, their age range. I just feel like we probably would have a lot in common. I probably would have more in common with Boys to Men, possibly, especially Wanye. Hey, Brandy. So I would have to, I would have to let New Edition go.
Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and break this, and create a tie. I would marry New Edition. I would marry New Edition if for nothing else for the Belle Biv DeVoe. What's your boy name? The one that your boy played, Ronnie. Whichever one made them the money. The smart one with the money that made sure that everybody.
Michael Bivins.
Michael Bivins. I would marry them for Michael Bivins because I actually like Michael Bivins, and Michael Bivins seemed like the type of dude that if I would have met him in real life, like I would have probably fucked him. His whole little energy gives me, like I just chew gum and look at my phone, but if I look into your eyes, I'll fuck your soul. You know what I'm saying? Dudes who be kind of like, slightly aloof but slightly ugly, so they're gonna try. I appreciate that. So I would marry New Edition. I would definitely fuck Jodeci. That goes without saying. And then I would kill Boys to Men. And the funny part about it is I probably would have married Boys to Men if it were not for the fact that they got rid of Michael and Wanye proved to be such a bitch. With that, like that kind, Son right here used to always have that heavy bottom lip thing, which is not attractive. Yeah. He got that heavy tongue and bottom lip thing. And I'm just like not a fan of that. Sean is probably the most attractive, even to this day. And this is old pictures of them, but to this day, I think Sean is probably the most attractive, especially like with the facial hair and shit. So if it had not been for Wanye's bitch moment recently, okay, they probably would have got chose. Too bad for them. Well, let's go ahead and move on to marry, fuck, kill number 2. And this is for the old niggas. It's the old niggas. I wanted to give y'all because I was thinking like 90s heartthrob, but black. And I instantly thought of course, Denzel and Wesley, because they were like the big, hot niggas back in the day. Everybody wanted to fuck them. Until Wesley told everybody that he wanted him an Asian lady, and then everybody was just like, well, then fuck you then. And so that ruined it. And then he went to jail for tax evasion. And now he's been coming back funny and shit. So now we trying to like re-like him again. And now he pro-black on Instagram. So it's just kind of like, okay, Wesley, we back, nigga, I guess.
I wasn't even thinking about all that. Dang.
I had to give y'all some backstory. I had to give y'all some backstory. We already know what it is with Denzel, and then Don Cheadle is a personal favorite of mine. So, and I always remember him from Rosewood when he was Sylvester, and he was like, "I hid under my mama in the coffin," and then he just wore a beater and suspenders the entire movie. So and then this picture right here.
I don't want to marry a slave.
No, he wasn't a slave. He wasn't a slave. This is Rosewood was 1920s.
I think of slave. I think of Rosewood. I'm like, damn, not as the road dead and John Voight is fucking the girl. I don't want fuck none of them now.
It's one slavery. But listen, I definitely have my choice. I have my choices. So since y'all don't know, I'll go first. This is hard. This is hard for me. Because I feel like all of these people will probably fuck your life up if you gave them the chance to. These are the people that if you probably did fuck them, if you're a lady that fuck one of these men, they probably you love them forever or you hate these niggas. Okay, think about it. Both of them, Denzel and Don Cheadle, have been with the same woman for as long as we've known them. And Wesley just looks like he has really strong thigh muscles. And whenever I think of really strong, okay, so this is hard. All right. I'm going to marry Don Cheadle. I'm going to fuck Wesley Snipes. I'm going to kill Denzel. Bow.
I would marry Denzel. And I probably would smash Don Cheadle in hopes that at some point, if things don't work out with me and Denzel, he don't want to wife me. And I'm going to have to go ahead and pass on Wesley. Come on, fool, honey.
See, I would marry Don Cheadle. I will fuck Wesley. I would kill Denzel. I will fuck Wesley based on his sex scene in Jungle Fever. And I feel like Wesley Snipes as Nino Brown, like good old, black man Wesley, I think he's good in bed. You know what I'm saying? And, because did he fuck G Money girlfriend? I will fuck Wesley, but I would marry Don Cheadle because he seemed like a good husband. Denzel has to die because I look at Denzel not as somebody's grandfather, and I respect him too much to think about
I tried to
marrying him.
I didn't want to give y'all training day because I wanted everybody to be like a little bit more recent. I didn't because I could have gave y'all training day with the waves and shit, but I didn't want to do that.
I look at Denzel. I think I look at him in general now as like that's Denzel. I can't see nothing else besides all his roles over the years, and I'm like, he's like a veteran dude, and I don't remember ever wanting to fuck him. I've always thought about respecting him more than anything else. Yes, him and Disappearing Acts was not LASHAE. Yes, the bald head. I ain't got no money on the stoop. I like that too. See, I would marry
all down here.
Fuck Wesley, yeah, and then rest in peace, Denzel Washington. You guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Xavier, for the super chat. Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, so yeah, I've never looked at. Okay. There's only one of them that I've seen a picture of, and I was like, ooh, like, yeah, this is it. And that was Wesley when he was younger. Okay, so I'm gonna go marry Denzel, smash Wesley, and then Don would have to go. I don't see an attraction to Don at all.
Don Cheadle?
No, not at all.
Really?
I like him.
I'm obsessed with him. Like,
he's so skinny. His hair
but
so long.
What? Not in like a sexual way, but something about him is attractively attractive. So it's a connection. Yeah, there's something about him. I'm something about him.
I'm about to give it to you. Do you remember the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? He was Will's friend from the hood or whatever that came. He might have been one of the first few episodes. And
he was real cool.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, gravity is all down here. I pay attention to when men's gravity is down here, and Don Cheadle's gravity is down here like a motherfucker.
But see, I feel his aura all over. I think he had it all over. I think he like the whole being of himself. I think he like deep, like good conversation.
Yes,
like,
he be reading the piss out of people on Twitter.
Yeah, I like that. And like even for Wesley, not for Denzel, his son, who look just like him, I love his son. Like I fuck his son. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they look alike, but I don't see his son as like a veteran or whatever because he's young or whatever. But I can't unsee Denzel as, you know what I'm saying? I can't fuck Malcolm X. That's Malcolm X.
You can't?
I can't do that. No.
I can fuck Denzel all the way up until into the recent movies. Where he be killing the Equalizer. That's probably right where I can stop fucking Denzel right at Equalizer.
Because I like Equalizer. I like I like crazy people.
No, I just mean that's the age range where I gotta fall off for the I'll fuck Denzel because it's been Denzel can get fucked since I was a child. Like growing up, Denzel was walking and everybody was losing their fucking mind. All the nigga had to do was walk and everybody lost their mind. Okay. You the one that wasn't you the one that sent us in the chat with Jasmine Guy and she was on the phone with Denzel and then he popped up on set. The way he was just standing there with his hands behind his back like that, I was like, oh, look at his shoulders. I was just like, yeah, see, it's a good thing that my life, because I swear to God, there's some people I probably would have been like vagina in your face, like.
Hey, sometimes it be that way. You gotta just throw it out like that.
Yes. Did everybody go?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I gave y'all the old niggas, and let's go ahead to the last one. Okay, which is for the females, and it's a set it off edition. Okay, sorry, TT, you died too soon, so we had to let it's 3 people. TT died first. She got to go. So Mary fuck kill, Latifah, Vivica, Jada. What y'all got?
Oh, this was easy for me. I'm gonna marry Queen Latifah. She seemed real fun, real low key. Like we would just be real good friends, for real. And then I would smash Jada because she seemed like she's very adventurous. And I'm gonna kill Vivica because she lucky be getting on my nerves. Like, it's just something about her where I know she would irritate the fuck out of me. So,
child, let's not even talk about the way she's steady, talking about 50 Cent being the love of her life. Bitch, that nigga ain't never loved nobody. He don't even love his own mama. He need to deal with his lady issues, bitch. Stop talking about how much you love him. He don't love you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, y'all.
I would marry Queen Latifah because y'all know what my lesbianism. I need the person to wear strap on. I feel like she owns her own set of dildos. So dildos, strap ons.
Skin tone color.
Yeah, she'll own all that stuff. I would marry her because I could get, you know what I'm saying, the best of both worlds. And I would fuck Jada because I feel like Jada also has a set of dildos and stuff that she wants to do. I think Jada's a real freak. So I would, or real sensual. Either way I go, I think it'll be fun. And the reason I kill Vivica is because Vivica don't seem fun sexually. I still see her as an auntie. Like I feel like she's always trying to be sexy. Even though she is sexy, she tries too hard when she doesn't have to be. Like soulful Vivica, like back in the day, Vivica was effortlessly sexual energy just throwing out. And now I feel like she's just trying to hold on to, I don't know, the Lord's hand so she can go be with Jesus because I'm going to let her die.
Not hold on to the Lord's hand.
You gotta hold on to something now.
I would marry Jada. Just being a fan from years and years and years ago, and the possibility of possibly getting closer to August Alsina. Yeah, and it ain't like with a marriage with Jada, you ain't gotta just be married to Jada. You can just go into it.
You can do whatever.
Week after week, I know your type, Jamie.
Say what?
Week after week. The more we start talking about this, I can definitely picture Jamie's type all the way.
Really?
Jamie loves her a little. She loves a little light bright. She really does.
You said light.
I wasn't even paying attention, girl. You like LB Shore? I can tell you I want pillow. She likes Tamar more.
Yes. She likes cute. She likes the cute men, like the pretty
like Christopher Williams back in the day. Like, because I can't think of no pretty light skinned niggas these days. I just in the early 90s pretty light skinned niggas. I can't think of nobody now.
I ain't got no type. So I would marry Jada, and then Queen Latifah. Yeah, I'd probably smash Queen, and then Vivica. Yeah, I think she would complain too much, and we'll be talking about 50, and I can't stand 50, so it'll be a no for me. Shout out to that.
But y'all know 50 came back and said that the reason him and Vivica broke up was because her people, the publicists or whatever, was getting in a relationship, and that's why it didn't work out. I was happy he didn't dog. Like, that's the first time I heard him not.
Already. He said that she ate his ass. That was the dog walked in.
He did.
You can't unwalk it. It happened.
I don't even remember.
Now you want to be nice after you said she ate your ass. Now you want to be nice.
I'm like, but it's like, this is a weird thing. Even though we are the no ass crew, we don't play them games.
We don't.
There's somebody else.
You know why we don't? Because one day a nigga will throw in your face that you ate his ass.
Embarrassing.
On national television.
Terrible.
Several times. So that's why.
Did she ever deny it?
I don't
Did she ever deny it?
Can you imagine like two dudes arguing and a girl is standing there and he say, "Tell me how my ass tastes."
That's so sad. That'd be like, I'm like, nigga, why you gotta die? Look, you can't be out here doing things to people that you look. Ass should be off the menu. I don't know why it's on anyone's menu. Ass should always be off the menu. But I feel like Vivica Fox,
for sure.
With Gabrielle Union lick ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like Dwayne Wade is one of them men that's clean enough to probably do that too. He probably gets it wet.
Got a dirty ass.
He's smooth as a baby's bottom down there. I bet you when they go get wet together, they got wet wipes in all of their bathrooms. I promise you, if she eating Dwayne Wade's ass, it's after a shower and it's on some cleanliness next to godly shit. It ain't gonna be just like crumbs and shit. 50 the type of dude that not clean his ass just so you could then eat it and then get some in your mouth so he can laugh at you. Like he's that type of person. He's terrible. I'm gonna choose. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I would definitely marry Queen Latifah. I would fuck Jada Pinkett because she looked like she give good hunch, like she scissors the fuck out. Y'all don't give a fuck about her and August Alsina. You look like you scissors the fuck out of somebody, Jada.
Yeah,
okay, them ass right tripping to their God. Okay, so that's what I see when I look at it, and that was since back then. And then she don't talk about she had like she never admits to being gay. But she'll say she had like a porn addiction, a sex addiction. I'm like, Jada, that mean you was fucking some females at some time. Like, stop playing with me.
I think she said she maybe dibbled and dabbled a long time ago.
I'm sure she did.
It's not nothing recent.
I mean, I wonder if it was talked about on Red Table Talk because
I think she did.
Sexual fluidity.
No, before that,
she had never.
Right, but the video, the way she looked at Sidra, your girl's sister, the twin sister. Child, listen.
Sister.
Yes. I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's a lot of them that hung together back then that made me feel like secretly everybody knew what was up back then. Even if you eventually, married Will, nigga, I eventually married Lyric. What's your point? Like, I'm just saying. She gives a vibe. I don't give a fuck what she talking about, bitch. When you was reconnecting the community, you was giving a vibe, and and you giving a vibe now. And it's just something about the muscle tones. I don't know. And then your daughter's all sexually fluid, even more so giving a vibe. Anyway, but like I said, fucking Jada, killing Vivica, and that's unfortunate because Vivica would have got all of that if Vivica had not done so much to herself. She looks beautiful right here, but she did too much to herself. I think Jada did too much to herself too. But I tried to find
work has settled.
The best pit, the work where the work is settled, and not when it was brand spanking new, and they were looking like Ari Fletcher or Drop Dead Fred or some shit. I still haven't seen that.
Real bad.
Right. Before we move forward, Bondi, you were giving assessments of ass eating, and you were talking about Dwayne, and then you went to 50. So now it makes me wonder what your thoughts are about Diddy.
He get ass ate. He get who ate Diddy's ass? Did J-Lo eat? J-Lo eat Diddy's ass.
Diddy is probably getting his ass ate out of a power move. Like Diddy's a power move type of guy. Eat my ass to prove that I have power over you, but then you're still bent over. It's weird. Anyway, it's something I heard about him, but because didn't they say that he would like make Andre Harrell and some other people like not Andre Harrell. Andre Harrell did it too, and then Diddy started doing it to people where they would like force men to like give them head is like to prove they had power. I think they said Christopher Williams at some point did that to either Andre Harrell or Diddy. I can't remember, but I know Diddy likes to sexually harass people. But I also know he like
having to get head for power.
I heard that rumor. I did.
I'm okay. I'm not the only one. Okay.
That's crazy. Like I don't get why anyone feel like that's the thing to do.
Buck breaking. Whew. That's where that comes from. You can't.
Make them eat a hooker's pussy. Like why make them do something that is not what they want to do? I don't get that. Like if you wanna flaunt your power, that should not come by making somebody do something that they don't naturally want to do sex. Like okay,
but it's not about sex though, it's about power. So if I could put you in this position to where you would do something you absolutely don't want to do because I told you to do it or because you want or need something from me, then I not feel powerful in that moment. I find
you want your dick sucked by a man. You want your dick sucked by a man.
True.
Diddy? I'm just
yes. But because of that, I'm telling you his ass is clean. Because
Diddy's clean.
Diddy's clean. Diddy is a clean man. You can't tell me no different.
Diddy take baths.
Got to that conversation.
Well, she was asking what about the ass.
I've heard Diddy like to have his
It was funny once y'all circle back because I was like, oh yeah.
But see, I feel like
I'm here. I got it.
This is the weird thing. I feel like if Diddy like his ass played with what? Because like I feel like.
I think Korean Stephens. What's up? Korean Stephens?
Yeah.
I think that's the name. She mentioned it. So I think
whatever they do.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
You know, whatever they do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. Let's move on. I don't like it. Okay, moving on to the next segment of the show. I don't fuck with you. Okay. Yes. Y'all know this segment. This is when we tell y'all about things that we find reprehensible. We don't fuck with these people. Well, I don't. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one, which is, yeah, let me share the screen, y'all. I wouldn't go to this church, y'all. You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me. What is it? What is it? I am blind, motherfucker. What is it? Damn it. Hold up, y'all. I can't see. Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Let's see.
She really can't see, y'all.
That's it. That's it. No, I could. It wasn't labeled correctly. Okay. This is okay. This is my Instagram's neighborhood talk. Pastor calls people out for having gay dating apps, and I just, how would y'all feel if somebody did it to y'all? We're gonna hear what he had to say.
You are in here and you are on Jacked, the meetup app. Get in the line. You are backslidden. May the fear of the Lord come upon you. I know there's 8 of you right now. One of you have the signal on. Your screen is cracked. Get in this line.
Goodness gracious.
Young men, and over this side of the room, you have 2 fake Facebook accounts. You've been deceiving people to flirt with them in God's house. Please stand. You are backslidden.
Oh,
please stand.
We don't need to hear no more.
Shady boobs.
Hey! Why he?
You are in here and you are on Jacked.
Oh Lord. Okay.
How does he know the gay date? Like I don't know any gay dating websites.
First
like when he said, I said Jack, like the Farmer Jack. Farmer Jack. We have Farmer Jack here in Michigan. I'm like, what is Jack? Maybe it's a workout app. But if you are a pastor, you are aware of gay dating apps. You are on gay dating apps, sir. Because you can't just stumble upon a gay. There's a lot of things I stumbled upon. Okay, a gay dating site for men is not one of them. And I'm gonna go to church and then bring it up.
If you know about it, it's because you want that too.
That. That's exactly what I was thinking. That's not something he would stumble across unless he was trifling and maybe one of his what do you call the people who go to the church? Somebody from the congregation.
Yeah, somebody
from the congregation came to him and was like, I've been on these gay dating apps, and he decided to make a whole sermon about it. But I'm like, you telling on yourself, sir.
And what is with this? You have backslidden shit. See, that makes me think that this is one of those churches that makes people think they could pray the gay away.
Yeah.
And I would just like to tell y'all, if you think that Andre Caldwell is straight, I have a bridge I want to sell you. Okay? I have a bridge over a little nice lake that I want to sell you. Because that don't make no goddamn sense. Ain't no, the Lord is amazing. The Lord is amazing. That's spirit. That's not biological. I want y'all to understand something. There's a difference between biological and spiritual. There's a difference. Okay?
I agree. That pastor really bothered me when I heard that. I feel like people are giving pastors like too much credit and too much control. Your relationship with God is your relationship with God. They shouldn't define what that relationship looks like for you. And then the other thing for me was, why are you worried about phone and apps that you don't pay for? Who are you to be trying to condemn? And then for you to say that they're backsliding, you're out here trying to condemn and, in a sense, to me, embarrass your own congregation for what it is that they're doing. And I'm like, if y'all send in the congregation, then honestly, the joke would be on you that you would continue to sit up there and allow him to talk to y'all like that, and you go in every day and you pour your money into this church. Foolishness.
That was my buddy. Look, I
would have walked out.
Hey, we need to.
I would have said, look, I was dating you.
Stuff always come out about pastors like this. So remember his name. It's gonna be something in the next year.
Okay.
He probably was dating somebody, and then he found out that somebody else found out. And let me say, whoever in here on gay dating sites like me, you backslide because I'm backsliding. I want to call you out. You can't call me out because I can then say, well, I found out because I was looking for you. No, sir, you're gay. You want to be the pick. No one looks for gay dating
Instagram
sites.
page. This is his
Instagram. He has a whole
Instagram
Instagram page?
For All Nations SHI. It's the church in Chicago. But look how he looks.
Gonna beat his ass.
Look at the braids. Sir.
Chicago real hood. Somebody gonna beat that man up. They're gonna beat him up in the name of God.
Oh, those pants are tight.
It's crazy how they try to bring people to the church by making them feel, and I keep having to say condemn because that's the first thing that comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Instead of encouraging, you know, like,
why he look like the devil. He looked like when R. Kelly played the devil.
I can't.
As I get closer to
wow, just the beard is too much for me.
The beard, the pork chop sideburns.
Everything about this photo says jacked though. That's the thing for me.
It does. Y'all.
That man like penis. It's okay.
Y'all go to people's churches like that?
He likes penis. He hasn't came to grips with it. He likes penis and shit.
I think so. I think when you're doing that, that's because there's something going on inside of you that you're trying to deal with.
There's no reason to call. To say you're on date gay. It's not gonna stop him from fucking a man.
It's not gonna stop you from getting hard from a man too.
His beard. Did y'all notice how the beard came dropped, disconnected from the rest of the
That was the devil's beard.
You're not finna say this.
That was the devil's beard. Anytime I've seen somebody play the devil in a sitcom, they had that beard.
It's the devilness in it.
Why so specific too? Why gay dating apps?
Because he wants the penis. He wants to know who he might run into.
He wants the yike. He wants y'all to stand up so he can go look for y'all profile after church is over.
I can talk to you. I can trust you. I can trust you. I can trust you. Okay, I can fuck. He want to figure out who he can trust with his penis. Because they gay too. Because his attire, the way he dresses himself, screams, I could possibly be gay. Or I could be young.
Some penis. But yes, let's move on, you guys. Another I don't fuck with you for me. We're gonna go ahead and share the screen yet again. Is this wedding? We saw this wedding. I don't know if y'all saw it, but it was all over social media with this young man showing up to his wedding with jean shorts on. And whatever is see-through Fashion Nova tee with an A shirt on under it. You know, look at this nigga, bruh. Like,
everything about this says she proposed to him.
She proposed.
They say he's some kind of musical artist. You know what I feel like? I feel like he knew this would get him attention. And if I'm a regular artist and I want to get eyes on my music, let me come look like a fucking fool to my wedding because I can say I was comfortable.
And what are the aunties wearing? What the mom?
Quinceanera dresses.
This looked like a pop-up wedding that happened right outside the jail where they went to go pick them up.
I thought it was a jail wedding.
Everybody dressed with him though. Everybody, that makes no sense.
The family with the dresses were the ones that was in the fashion show, and he came to support at the last minute.
But he was the one who posted the photos. He said, "Here are my wedding photos." He did it. I thought it was a prison wedding.
My dick.
And I was like, "Why is he having prison wedding? What's going on here? Why are so many people there?" But I'm like, "Oh, it's a real wedding." And when I said, "Oh, he posted the photos. He put on a white tee. He looked like he may not be clean."
Those are his kids. So that means that how long y'all been together having kids and shit. And she didn't spend all her money on this dress for him to show up looking like this.
Like he do every day.
But this is the question. What if that's what he wanted to wear?
I don't give a fuck. She needed to wear something that aligned with what he was wearing. If she would have had on something that was similarly lackadaisical, then I wouldn't even care. But the fact that she is fully dressed, hair, makeup, gowns, okay? And he showed up like he was about to go play basketball, except for the fact if he was going to play basketball, he would have at least scooped his hair up into a ponytail. Like, to me,
I need to see how he dressed in real life.
To me, this showed that he didn't This showed to me that he did not care about this wedding, that he did not want this wedding, that he was probably forced into this wedding. Everybody in the pictures looks more happy than he does. His mama, the kids, her, the other family members, everybody is smiling but him.
And it looked like he got a wristband on, like he about to go hoop right after. It's, I mean, you at least could have had on a shirt that was not see-through at the minimum.
I'll tell y'all, he did this to get he posted these photos, and he's an artist. I think I saw it on whatever website it was on. He did it to get attention, and I need to see what he dressed like because like if this how he dressed in real life, and this is his style, I feel like
what you feel like this is acceptable?
Not at my wedding.
Okay.
But this is my thing. I feel like you want to wear what you want to wear in your wedding. So if she looked like she liked it, I wouldn't have liked it. It couldn't happen on my day.
Dumb. She looked dumb. She looked like I'm gonna go along with it because I want him to marry me so bad because I didn't had these damn kids for him. That's what he looked like, little thirsty ass to get married.
We've been together since high school.
Right.
Yikes. For some reason, but I think it was literally for attention.
Here's the thing. If he did it for attention, he failed because I still don't know who he is. All I know is
no. People brought up who. That's how I found out because other websites were saying who he was in his music. I'm like, oh, he a music person. I thought it was a prison wedding.
I'm trying to see this wristband even more. Everybody's saying that's a jail wristband.
No,
he may be out of jail.
I really feel like they pulled up on the prison and said, "Happy first day out, we get married."
Like just a regular bracelet. Look at the bracelet.
They when they showed him walking into the venue.
Look at the bottom.
Like, wow. Wait. I have a question. What if it was a surprise wedding? Because they showed video of him walking in and he was looking around shocked. So what was a surprise wedding?
And
he was in prison.
And you know what that means? He didn't want to get married if it was that much of a surprise. Because I'm trying to understand why. Let me tell you something. Do you know my dad surprised my mom with their wedding? Their wedding was Christmas Day at the house. Now, mind you, I was already in the world. They was already living together. My dad surprised my mom with the wedding. And do you know one of the main things that he had? A white suit for her to wear to the damn wedding, even though it was a surprise.
She got him a white tee.
He had her best friend pick out something for her to wear to the surprise wedding so that she would not look like somebody who was just at their house in their wedding pictures. So to me, it don't matter how you slice this shit. He won't be married to that girl, which is why he showed up.
They say he's from the Dominican and he's a Latin American artist.
What that got to do with cha-cha-cha and the slide? That ain't got nothing to do with
some slacks and a top. Come
on. The Dominicans love slacks on the top.
He's not smiling in any of the pictures. He got
right. Like it's no happiness here whatsoever. I don't fuck with it. I'm sorry, but the fact that she looked thirsty to have this man marry her.
Cause she looked happy he ain't run. It wouldn't happen with me. I wouldn't do it. It wouldn't go down to my wedding.
I thought he was gonna run.
But he ain't run. He walked down the aisle. He posted photos. She smiled every single. I feel like if she happy, I can fuck with it. Now if she look pissed off, she should have looked pissed off. Had she looked pissed off, I would say it's some bullshit. She look happy as fuck. I don't know why. I would be pissed.
Instagram clarities by any means necessary. She wanted to be married.
Yes.
Right and clear.
Instagram.
That's why I'm about to say, what you mean you don't know? You know how thirsty these hoes ought to be married to some damn body. They be married to a nigga with nothing at all. Okay, we just talking about people that love getting pregnant for niggas that have absolutely nothing to offer them but a basement at their mama house, and you still out here like, I think I'm pregnant, bitch. No, it's a fool baby. Go to sleep. Like, all I'm saying is, it don't matter how fucked up a dude is. There's some thirsty ass woman out here that wants to make him a husband.
And what if he rich though? We just don't know because he dressed. Because think about how many rich folk dress bummy.
They do, but they still don't show up to weddings looking like that.
if you rich enough, you could. I just feel like she looked happy.
I just think
J. Cole might, but
J. Cole always look homeless.
He might, but out of respect,
he always look homeless.
I can see him not.
He'll look homeless by the hair, but he gonna put on a suit for the wedding.
Put on a suit.
Yeah, I
He
see
gonna
that.
put on his Jay-Z.
But if your hair ain't combed, but if you a
He got
so you like
dreads,
it's so it's Ned the Wino in a good suit but drunk. We don't want Ned the Wino
He
in a good
could
suit.
wear
Drunk.
the wife beater underneath
Why not?
the suit and then took the suit off for the reception and then been in his bunginess.
Shit, most of these niggas be drunk at these weddings anyway. So as long as you dress nice, I really don't see a problem. That's the main thing. Don't make my pictures look stupid. Them pictures look stupid.
But no, that's on her. She should have looked pissed off. You can't smile next to your fool, and then I'm like, she looked okay, bitch. She could have put on his outfit. I don't know. I would not do that, so I wouldn't fuck with it. But because she looked happy, I'm looking like, girl, that's
right.
That's her man.
Thank you, Yanni. Niggas in New Orleans love dickies, but when it's time to dress up, nigga ain't about to be caught in their wedding pictures not looking fly, not jumping shy.
And he was in flip-flops too.
He just looks a mess. All right, y'all, that's enough of that. So it's time to talk about the gossip. And I don't have a graphic for this, but that's coming to a ladies panel show near you. Me having a graphic for gossip, because it's time to talk about these hoes.
We got it. I got some.
Am I say we got a gossip one? I know what I got. Y'all know I be drunk at the beginning of the videos. So y'all know Bow Wow and Soulja Boy are supposedly doing the verses. That's what they said. Do we need that? Did anybody ask for that? Talk to me.
I don't mind it.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
Over Romeo, yeah, I'll take Bow Wow.
Oh, over Romeo, definitely.
ICDC. Stop.
That shit was hilarious. They kept playing ICDC video Bow Wow song.
Yeah.
Cause like I don't know any Romeo songs. I don't like, not to shade him. I don't know. I don't either. Look, Bow Wow may be lame and asshole now when he's a deadbeat. He was a whole full-fledged megastar from when he was like 10, however old he was, until like just right before Growing Up Hip Hop came out. Growing Up Hip Hop, we ruined him because we seen how lame he was.
It wasn't Growing Up Hip Hop.
Yeah, it was way before.
But that's what made it. Yeah, but he was still Bow Wow. I think people still respected his music. I think now we're like, oh, fuck Bow Wow. So I don't
know. I think he went a long time without doing music, and then he would do these because I think we might have still respected him around the time when he was with Erica Mena for that minute.
He was
that might have been the last time.
That's when he had to stop doing music when he was.
I think it fell off right after Fresh As I Is. That was the last acceptable song. Okay, then he got annoying, and then social media started popping.
Yes,
that's when he was annoying as hell. This was even before Erica.
Yeah, no, when he was doing that, threatening to kill himself shit online. That's when I was like, "How many times you gonna do this, my nigga?" And then
he was lame before that, though. I remember
he was
that.
lame before that, but I think that was when I started to pay attention to what he had going on. But either way, I think the only thing that's good about this versus battle is how ignorant it's gonna be.
Yes,
Draco gonna be in that bitch. Pow, 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 pow. And I was.
They both gonna be telling stories. That's fake. And Fugazi.
It's gonna be a lot of head and little bitty shoulders and shit in the room. So we will be watching.
I hope they perform. I want them to do like Redman and Method Man did, to where they both doing their songs. Because I'm like, they was on tour,
together, so they should.
Yeah, they was on tour with the Millennium Tour before COVID happened. So I want to see it because I do think both of them separately has enough hits to do it. For one, I think it's gonna be tons of people watching. For two, yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I wonder about Soulja Boy. I swear. I really can only think of maybe a handful of Soulja Boy songs.
True that.
He got a lot.
I have a question. Speaking of verses, I have a question. It's like a multiple question. Would you guys, because I saw a post of Pretty Ricky responding to B2K wanting to do a versus. So I want to know, would you guys be interested in a B2K versus Pretty Ricky? And would you be or would you be interested in a Chris Brown versus Omarion?
Neither one for me.
I don't think Pretty Ricky should go up.
Pretty Ricky.
That's I don't think comparable. Pretty Ricky.
I don't think either group has enough hits to do a versus. I think Pretty Ricky has maybe a good 5 to 7 hits that we know of. I don't like when they have people doing like they B-side cuts that just not really
nobody knows
hits. Yeah, I feel like versus should really be like Bow Wow and Soulja Boy truthfully, has a good 20 hits.
They
if
do?
you Google, yeah. Only because at first I'm like, let me see what his song Soulja Boy has. And now I'm like, okay, so because he's done you say what?
I said separately, right? Are you saying separately or together or 10 each?
No, separately. Because Bow Wow has hits from when he was, you know, the little boy, the little
I
kid.
think Bow Wow has it because he has like this, you know, 20-year lifespan.
Yeah, because when Soulja Boy came on, let me pull up Soulja Boy.
Was it Soulja Girl?
She may be right on Soulja Boy. I'm looking at like, damn, I forgot about this. She.
I see. They both have enough songs.
And let's see if I remember.
Kiss them through the phone. Crank that. Y'all.
Kiss them through the phone was trash.
Swag.
Pretty Boy
Swag. Yeah.
I sang that already. Crank that. Pretty Boy Swag.
But he's also been on people's songs. I think it won't be like a solely them own.
Pretty Boy Swag.
He got more than that. Look, I'm telling y'all, like people didn't think that the SWV and Escape one would be good. People thought of their song. I'm like, no, they have songs. People thought Escape. No. People thought Escape did not have that. People thought either group did not have enough songs.
I don't know why.
Fans of Escape, because some people are fans of one group, so you may not know the other person's songs. Even for Monica and Brandy, people didn't know one of their songs.
You could not know it, but that don't mean it wasn't a radio hit. I'm trying,
but that's people didn't. But people thought that the one person or the other would not have enough hits.
That's not his song. That's somebody else's song that he was on.
Crank that.
Whose song is She Got a Dunk? I thought it was Soulja Boy.
She Got a Dunk.
That's Soulja Boy's song.
Yeah, that's Soulja Boy.
She got a dunk.
That's his song.
She got a dunk. Say something with it.
That's Soulja Boy's song.
That's him?
Yeah. I told you he has a lot of.
Okay, Frank said, I still don't think "Kiss Me Through the Phone" is one of those. And Pretty Boy Swag. That's still 1, 2, 3 songs.
I feel like what made "Kiss Me Through the Phone" a hit was like around the time people started adding ringtones and stuff to their phone. So I'm sure that's probably what made this one like a hit.
I think a lot of the songs were because of the social media like shit behind it. But not because
that's why he said
play.
But that's why he said that's why they have them. Because who else can Bow Wow go against? Nobody. Because there was nobody out around the time he was out, and there's nobody else who was like a rapper. Soulja Boy was like the next person came out that had.
I'm sure there's somebody. We just can't think about them because they're not relevant right now. But if it
Soulja Boy not relevant right now.
No, I mean technically he always kind of comes in and out. Yeah. Because I feel like there's probably somebody from back then that we could think about that probably could have went up against Bow Wow. Chris Brown is an R&B. I think Chris Brown and Drake should go against one another. I think that would be a good one because I can't think of any other even though I love Omarion, he does not have Chris Brown's catalog. Like, and I'm talking about
it's Usher for me.
It should be Usher and Chris Brown.
I think so. Listen, the only reason I said no to that is because, of their difference in time frame.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were in the same time frame. And I feel like Drake and Chris Brown both sing and rap, and both of them have been on the radio consistently every year for the past decade. Like Chris Brown is never not on the radio.
But they also different ages, though.
Is a different range than Chris too. So in my opinion, they need to just do a 3-time versus. It just
Wait, what?
Drake was a different time than Chris.
Yeah, I feel like Chris came out sooner than Drake.
But only slightly.
Drake did not get popping until Chris had been out for a while. Now,
right.
I heard
it was like 07.
Yeah. It happened until later.
07.
Drake was only like 2 years after Chris Brown because his first big song was with Trey Songz, and that was like 2008, 2009. So they were like kind of the same.
I remember that song.
I wouldn't want Drake and Chris Brown.
It's still technically the same time frame. I mean, because we could have argued that with SWV and Escape, a slight 2-year difference with SWV coming out just slightly before Escape. So I feel like it's still the same decade.
Well, then that would make me argue the point that I think Chris could still go up against Usher because Usher is a person that has remained relevant since the 90s.
But I know, but that's why I think he should go against somebody that also has that 90s and current list, not just a current list. You see what I'm saying? Because Chris Brown is like 2007 on to now. Usher needs to go against somebody that actually has a 90s catalog as well.
Nobody got it.
No,
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's not nobody else.
He could
It's
go
not else he
against
could go
somebody,
against.
but it wouldn't be. It
I
probably
think it should
wouldn't
be
be a
open.
man. It would probably be a female. I think
Nah,
that.
I think Usher and Chris Brown. I think the reason Chris Brown don't want to do it because he don't want to battle Usher, because he probably feel like him saying I don't want to battle anybody. But I do think catalog wise, Usher and Chris Brown are great because they both have their own hits. They both been featured with the people. Missy should go against Busta Rhymes.
Just go up there and just play.
Yeah, Chris
They
Brown
doing
from
three-way.
2005 to present. Okay.
That's right. Chris Brown was 2005.
Right.
I just don't want no.
Usher
I
has been
don't
around
want
since 94. It's too much gap. That's what I think. I think it. And thank you. This right here was my first thought.
That shit would go hard.
I feel like that's still so different though.
But then,
Yeah,
It's
that's two
not.
different feels.
Mary
Mary J.
Blige
Blige should go
really
against.
go up against though.
I mean,
I kept saying Mariah Carey.
Mary could go against her, but Mariah not doing verses. I feel
Mary J.
like
Blige ain't gonna do one either.
Mary
She
J.
said she ain't doing
She
it.
already said
She
that.
She not doing it.
She said
Yeah.
damn it, Mary,
She been said that.
ruining this
She-
for us.
Mary said she
I
wouldn't do it.
I
Chris Brown said he
feel
wouldn't
like-
do it either.
I still feel like Usher would have to go against a female because only other females during that time frame have been consistent the same way he
Well, then
has.
Usher could go
Most
against
of Drake's
Beyonce.
music has been rap, so Drake can go up against a rapper, and Chris could still potentially go up with Usher with his latest hits from 2000 and up because Confessions alone.
Yeah.
True,
Yeah.
but I still don't want y'all to forget about that. Not that like what is Chris gonna give us to go against My Way? Like, come on, y'all. We can't forget. Come to your time with your girl.
But no, when he
Tyrese. Remember what's hers in the video?
yeah, give me that. The song with him, with the song with him and Lil Wayne.
He got so
Chris
many.
Brown has hits that match.
Wall to
Chris
wall.
Brown has
guys.
to match. Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Chris Brown
Anyway,
has hits to match.
we can go
Usher.
on and on about this. Okay. It does not matter. I did not bring up Bow Wow for this. Okay. So stop. I brought up Bow Wow for this
Great
shit.
conversation.
It is. Y'all know I like to let the conversation go, but I gotta bring it back to Big Head and his little shoulders being disrespectful. Okay, because this may not be a segment, but my notes is a list of what the fuck is wrong with these people. Okay, and Bow Wow, what the fuck is wrong with Bow Wow? So it looks like Bow Wow is having some drama again. Last year, Bow Wow welcomed Sunstone with Instagram model Olivia Skye. A few months later, Olivia Skye posted a message on her Instagram that suggested all was not well with their co-parenting relationship. She said, "I swear, I salute all real fathers, the ones who actually get their child and spend time with them." Since then, things appear to have been calm between Bow Wow and Olivia Skye, that is, until recently. In a series of now deleted Instagram stories, Olivia Skye went off on her baby daddy. Initially, she called him out for allegedly claiming she only wanted fame. Writing at Shad Moss, "Think I want to be famous? Maybe I should start letting you guys in on some tea then. I'm pretty quiet for a clout chaser." Olivia Skye then proceeded to confidently post a short clip of her rapping. "If I want to be famous, I don't have to use anybody as a crutch." Girl, please, you was trying to fuck him so you can get them contacts. Stop playing with me. Ain't nobody trying to fuck Bow Wow because he cute. She then continued to take aim at Bow Wow and how he is as a co-parent and father, writing, "Niggas rather fuck with your head while you going through postpartum depression than help you get back to yourself because they know your potential and it's intimidating." Girl, he is not intimidated by your potential. He is a dickhead. He is a terrible person who doesn't want to take responsibility for the child he created with you because he doesn't respect you. He sees you as a jump off and somebody he was just supposed to be able to fuck and move on from. But the problem, Bow Wow, is that you chose to not wear a condom with a random bitch. If you don't want to get a random mixy bitch pregnant, okay, then do us all a favor and put a condom on your dick like you have all of these other times. But you cannot think that you can be out here, you know, with no condom on having sex with people and then you have no responsibility and you want to just call her a clout chaser. No, nigga, if you can get got, you got. Put a condom on. Bow Wow seems to have been upset or annoyed by Olivia Skye's claims, and he took his anger out on her rapping skills. He said, "This shit is trash. Stick to your day job. Wait, you don't have one. Damn. How you live in Atlanta and can't get a job? They handing them shits out like STEM checks." He continued, yo, she is washed on this track. This song sucks. I'm sorry. And then multiple laugh emojis. Bow Wow seems to have only taken aim at Olivia's rapping skills and did not acknowledge any of her other allegations because he is a piss poor father. We know that. He didn't want to claim that baby when she first, said that she was pregnant for him. He didn't want to answer her messages or nothing. That's why she had to put him on blast. Neither has issued further comment on the matter yet, although Olivia Skye did post, "It's my birthday. Don't hit me up on nothing negative today." So it seems like she could be over the incident for now. But I just still feel like he's such a terrible individual. Like, I can't stand everybody that has made Bow Wow feel emboldened to treat people like shit and take no responsibility. And this is what drives me, because people always want to talk about, oh, women take no responsibility. It's like, at the end of the day, even if that girl was clout chasing, even if she wasn't, doing what she was supposed to be doing, she probably still taking responsibility for the fucking baby that they now have brought into the world. And guess who's not? Bow Wow. Go ahead, y'all.
I think he got a type. Niecy talking about me. I feel like all his girls definitely look the same. She's very pretty. I also wonder if this could have been a scheme that Bow Wow set up for them to help her get the clout that she's looking for. And I'm also wondering when is Growing Up Hip Hop ATL coming back, because that's what it's giving me.
Because they
haven't had no issues since the baby. She hasn't said nothing. We've seen her with pictures with the child countless of times. We've seen Joy's daughter, the child he has with her, spending time with her little brother. So it's like all of a sudden this pops up. It makes me wonder if they may be in cahoots, and especially with the fact that he keeps bringing attention to her music. So that has.
I think Bow Wow feel like anybody he was not with in a relationship that he did not have to respect. It's the reason that he respected Joy, because they dated or whatever. And this girl was a random. But I feel like that's on you, bro. Like, you went and fucked her because you wanted to. And I feel like I don't like I seen Bow Wow respond on IG, where someone brought up that she's saying how she has postpartum. He like, well, I don't care. That ain't on me or whatever. I'm like, you can't ignore the fact that she's saying you're a deadbeat. Like, you ain't around. And I'm like, he treats her as if it's her fault they have a kid and y'all both fucked, had fun or whatever, and the baby came out of it. So I'm like, you can't be upset with her for calling you out on your shit. And so for me, I feel like babies ain't we don't hear from her. So I don't think she's a clout chaser. She came out and said I was pregnant. That was it. And now we hear how he ain't around. That was it. If she was really taking clout, she would consistently be bringing up things going on. But we don't know shit about her, that baby, where she lived, what she do. I think she really was having a moment within her postpartum. And I'm like, I don't want to ignore it as if, think about it. She don't say shit. She don't cause issues as far as we know. She could easily rat him out every day and be in the blog daily, and she don't do that. She's not clout chasing.
How Bow Wow shows up to events and says shit to random girls like, "Oh, I can't wait to try to get you pregnant later." Like, he's been on that show, recorded, saying shit like that to people. Well, I'm trying to find out who I'm gonna get pregnant tonight. Like, he says shit like that. So y'all actually don't take getting people pregnant that seriously. And then when it happens, you have the audacity to get mad at the woman like she was the only one that laid down and had sex with them. Like, Bow Wow just really works on my nerves. Like, I cannot stand.
He was childish AF for this and trifling AF. Whenever he was like, oh, how about you work a job? Oh, yeah, I forgot what job. Part of me was thinking, like, I know how much social media loves Joy, but let's be real. Do she really be booking gigs as dancers, or is she collecting checks from Future and Bow Wow? No,
she said she don't collect any checks.
Yeah, she said she doesn't get any child support from them. Which I don't understand why you pregnant for them two disgusting ass niggas and you ain't getting no child support. Honestly, I feel like that was a waste. But go ahead, act like you're doing something by getting pregnant for two deadbeats.
Right. If I was her, ain't no way I wouldn't collect checks. I mean, why? But besides that, it just took me back to whenever we first found out that he even had a son. Even the way he announced it was kind of like, fine, I guess I got to announce it. Like, I remember that just being the vibe. But just like you said, Jamie, I think it definitely could be a scheme that he set up because he works that way. So
I think it's weird that I think with Joy saying I don't get child support, it doesn't mean they'll give her money. I think people want people to assume I don't have child support stuff through the courts, so I don't get that. But I do feel like she's not letting them not do nothing. Joy is the one who they gonna kind of treat because she's a pretty girl, she's a dancer, whatever.
So they
she's
probably
more
treat her
known.
better anyway than they
Right.
do somebody who they just met on the road or something.
And that's the problem. I don't like. I feel like Joy, who has a kid by Future and by Wow, which is crazy, isn't any better than the son's mama. Because again, you met her, fucked her. She was good as a fuck. So take care of the kid. Like I think Bow Wow has enough money to just pay her. Like if you don't want to be for the kid, pay her money, pay for daycare, pay for a nanny, and that way she can't complain that she doesn't have help because you're paying for the help. But you can't not support her, you know, emotionally, but also not want to help her be taken care of because it's your kid. It's the baby not even 1 yet. So I feel like Joy has that little girl like 8 or 9 or whatever. She can watch herself. But this woman saying I have postpartum and you like, well, that ain't my issue. Bitch, that's your child. Because God forbid she go crazy, you know what I'm saying, and do some crazy shit. And at that point, it's going to be on you. But Bow Wow likes to make it seem as if he's bigger than whoever doesn't like him. So I'm bigger than this woman who I have a kid with. She's no one. That's I'm like, man, fuck Bow Wow.
Exactly. And that's what I don't like because she was somebody when you laid down and put your dick inside her with no condom on it, free flowing, naked skin inside somebody you don't know. And it's crazy to me how these men have no respect once she have your child in her fucking womb. Now all of a sudden she's some hoe that I just, ran through. But, I just don't respect men like that, especially men who have grown up with their mom being like the only one that's there for them. I have no respect for Bow Wow because of the way he treats women. That goes all the way back to Sierra. And then, even the Erica Mena situation, I always felt like that was fucked up the way he did that girl when she lost that baby. Like, it was almost like, oh, you lost the baby? Well, now I don't want to be with you. And then he tried to make it seem like it was because she said something about it. It was her story to tell. She lost the baby. Like, why she can't talk about that if that's what happened to her? I'll never forget how that made me look at him like, damn, nigga, you are heartless. Like,
But he been that way. I think people excuse behavior based on liking someone sometimes. And it's one thing to like be asshole a little bit. It's something else to be consistently on bullshit with females. And I think Bow Wow and other men too have consistently been on bullshit with females. Like Nick Cannon is consistently on bullshit with females, but people ignore it because it's Nick Cannon.
Right. Which I don't know when that started mattering because we've been feeling like a nigga was lame the whole time we've been knowing him. But anyway, y'all, what the fuck is wrong with Diddy? Tell me.
What did he do?
So Diddy decided to take today to post old pictures of him and J-Lo from back in the day. And everybody was like, Diddy, not Diddy. You and this girl been broke up for years now. That lady trying to work out with Ben Affleck. Why the fuck is you posting pictures of y'all from back in the day? And then I had to make sure it was old at first. Because at first I was like, oh no, we're not doing this.
No, that was Diddy old face. That was Diddy old face.
Yeah, no, that was old because he don't even wear them glasses like that no more.
His mouth shaped different now.
Yeah, he got his
mouth done.
Yeah. But either way, talking about throwback Thursday. I say, nigga, we didn't need a throwback Thursday for this. Why? Why, Diddy? What was this about? Like, for what?
You know what I think?
Nigga.
I feel like Diddy likes attention.
Yes.
And because he's rich, he's bored, he likes attention. However, on a different level, this would be vintage hip hop. Because at one point in time, they was a popping couple. And I feel like the same way that people felt like J-Lo already dating Ben after not being with A-Rod, I don't feel like Diddy feel like it's weird for him to post him and J-Lo because they still friends. And when I saw it, I looked at old school hip hop, the Sean John outfit, J-Lo looking a little black, little whatever. I'm saying that's how I saw it. I didn't think of it as shade because I thought of that era. So when I seen Throwback Thursday, I thought of Throwback Thursday to the era of when this was popping. So I didn't think that it was shady. I just felt like Diddy be bored and doing shit. But I was like, ooh, my daddy had a Sean John outfit. And I thought I had those memories. I thought about, okay, for me, it was a good Throwback Thursday memory, basically.
No.
It was. That's what I thought was me.
No.
Yes,
listen, it may have been good memories from back in I'm real the way you are. Like, okay, fine. From back when we used to wear terry cloth shorts and jacket sets.
Right.
Like, bitch, why do you have on terry
But isn't that what Throwback Thursday is about? About whatever from the past?
Listen, my point is that this is not appropriate for an ex to post when somebody just broke up from one and trying to work it out with another ex. And here you come.
J-Lo with a new man already.
Everybody thought that he was trying to shoot his shot. Like, that's what everybody perceived this as. Oh, did he trying to shoot his shot?
I didn't see it that way.
Slide back in. He's always still had feelings for her, but I still feel like it'd been different if the Shade Room would have posted this, or if Everyday Throwbacks would have posted this shit. If somebody that was not him would have posted this, then it wouldn't even matter. But the fact that that's literally your ex that's going through some relationship shit, it just kind of seemed thirsty. It kind of seemed like he wanted attention, like he was bored, like his old ass needs to go sit down somewhere.
This is my question. If that's thirsty, then J-Lo, who broke up with A-Rod, being pictured with Ben Affleck on vacation, is that not weird and thirsty? Because
they go together though.
No, that was different because Diddy's I think he's trying to shoot his shot. But with him doing this, I feel like he giving very much toxicity. You know, you break up with somebody and it's that one ex, and every time you doing good, or be like, hey, I see you circling the block, come by the way. He's trying to get out that.
Yeah, I didn't get that though. So I mean, but that's the thing. People post stuff and people take it different ways. So like me, I didn't take it that way.
I definitely was like, this seems inappropriate. That was my.
I don't think he wants her back though. I don't think. No.
I can see him wanting my thoughts. I think I can see him wanting her back. And when he posted this, it made me think of Martin when he said, "You can always come home, brother. You can always come home." It was like his way of telling her, "You can always come home, J-Lo." You know, that's what I was getting from him. He must know something about her that we don't for him to post that.
He said, I see you dating exes again. You know that we was the best duo, so come on back over here.
Thank you. That's why I said it was messy.
Since J-Lo want to do throwbacks and she want to go back to Ben, he wanted to let her know you can come all the way back to me.
Oh, you come all the way back. Okay. All the way back. Okay. You come back to when you was really Jenny from the block. Okay. Because you remember you was just Jennifer Lopez, and then he made you J-Lo and Jenny from the block and gave you a nickname, and you was wearing cornrows in the video and shit. And doing choreography and shit. I was just like, well, all right. Choreography, bitch. Do it like it's my baby. Okay. So we done talking about Diddy. Also, what the fuck is wrong with these fans sharing the screen? Y'all, this is why I would hurt these fans. Okay, I'm glad I don't fuck no basketball players or nothing like that, because if somebody would have played with my old man like this, I would have been trying to jump down and hurt somebody. So what Russell Westbrook is amongst many NBA players that have tried to break somebody's neck in the crowd because the crowd felt like a game was enough of a reason to throw food on the players. Okay, do y'all see that the fan threw a whole bunch of popcorn? Look,
yeah, I thought it looked like a drink to me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it looked like ice or something, but they said it was popcorn. Either way, don't throw nothing on me. I don't know what the fuck wrong with these fans, but I feel like they need to start getting like their shit revoked. You can't come back here. You can't be here no more if you're going to continue to assault our players. That's not what this is.
I think that's what they did. I think every time I've heard of somebody like, because always when they going back to the back or whatever, and they be on the little upper, area, whatever, they
just wait to drop something on somebody.
Yeah, the good part be that they will. I think that person, they stuff did get revoked. They didn't say it was, but they said the stuff was revoked. I feel like that area should be clear of people. Like that, no player should have to worry about somebody either talking shit to them, spitting on them, throwing shit on them when they're trying to get back to the locker room. Right. That area should be like, there should be no one right there. It should like a little barrier.
Yes.
So that they just,
plexiglass or something.
Yeah. So that they can't do stuff because it doesn't make any sense that they feel. Because my thing is, I don't know, they didn't lick the popcorn, if they didn't, ate the popcorn. Right. Like, I don't know what happened. So I think the players deserve to not have people over them when they're going back and forth to the locker rooms. Like this has space to where it doesn't happen.
Right, it's COVID.
Absolutely.
They shouldn't even be able to get that close. And somebody said a fan spit on Trae Young.
Yeah, no,
they
it
did.
would have been
That would have been that would have been her fight.
From behind. See, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm on that staff shit. But I've noticed a lot that even though they might be reprimanding some of these people, there's an overall energy towards the players that y'all can just abuse these people when y'all don't like how they play ball. And it reminds me of slavery. Okay, it reminds me, because I say this all the time, that I feel like a lot of organized sports and all of that is like slavery. It's rich white people who make black people run up and down fields and shit for money. Okay, y'all gotta pay them, but at the same time, y'all do all kind of shit to make it so that they feel pigeonholed into those positions that they're in, where they feel like they can't speak up for themselves, or people are allowed to abuse them in such a way just because they play ball. Like, it's a game. You don't get to spit on me, throw food on me, and then I have to act like I have coot and everything.
But you know what?
I think be violent to me.
I think that happened in I think there are many jobs that people do that people who use it, like if you work at CVS, if you work or whatever you may work at, people come in and feel as if they have the right to disrespect you in some sort of way. So not just even in basketball, like even the person at a restaurant, you know what I'm saying, how they get a accosted, because they fries or whatever it may be. I think people feel like anyone where they are paying them to do something, they have the right to do whatever they feel like they want to do to you. And sometimes they get a person fucked up. So I think that's not only in basketball, because we've seen this happen in other areas of the world too, like this within clothing stores, like this hair salon thing with that whole thing or whatever. Like things have happened where people feel like I can just spit on you, fight you, do whatever, and I'm not even getting paid. Like the NBA players, I'm just working here at CVS, making like $8 an hour. Yeah, so it's some bullshit. It's bullshit.
It comes from very much shut up and play ball, like that white lady tried to tell LeBron James.
Yes.
I can never say his name without saying LeBron James. That's what it's given. Like, we really like you as long as you're being entertaining for us. Like Bonnie was saying, like, dance for me, sing for me, something like that.
I don't appreciate that at all. Y'all need to get that together, because the first time one of them big ass basketball players uses their superhuman strength and jumps up from their knees into the damn balcony and tosses you like a rag doll.
They had before when it happened. They usually would penalize the player. Like the big ass fight that happened here between the Pistons and the Pacers, and they was fighting because I was thinking we don't play games in Detroit, and I think there should be a barrier all the time between
the players and the people
and whoever you serving, because you never know who want to be out here big ball and bad and like do some bullshit. And if you retaliate or not, if you react to it, you can get in trouble as the worker. I'm like, they spit on me. If you spit on me, I'm going to beat your ass.
If you physically assault somebody, which is spit, like anything that is considered legally assaulting somebody should not be able to be done to somebody on the job, and that person is expected to withstand that. I feel like that's an extension of the racism situation, because in a lot of service industry, it started out being black people. So there's an environment in the industry where it feels like people are supposed to just take abuse. And I think it's because a lot of the times black people were the ones doing some of these jobs a long time ago, and that overall energy in society has remained where people feel like they can treat people like shit based off of the job or position that they hold. And I'm just not here for that. I'm not here for that at all. So y'all, let's go ahead and move on. Okay, because we have one more topic for the gossip, and it was the trailer from Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, they finally released the trailer, and I have a few little things to point out, and then we'll discuss. Okay, so first of all, we have the new girl here, Mia Thornton. She's new, and it seems as if she is, starting off with a bang. We saw her in the super trailer talking about being taken away from her mom by CPS as a child, and how she has gotten her wealth from working for it and not fucking on people like some of the other women. Okay. Then we see Ray and our girl Karen. Who is this on the phone? Handsome. What's going on here? You know, so it looks like maybe somebody's texting Ray. I said, I don't know what they texting him for. They ain't gonna get nothing out of it but some money. Ray ain't fucking on nobody. Y'all ain't about to convince me that old ass Ray is out here fucking on somebody on Karen. Like, you ain't about to make child, please. You barely fucking Karen. I wish you would be out here fucking somebody else. Then we got Chris managing Candace's music career. You could barely manage the restaurant you owned, and you gonna manage her music. Okay. Robin. I thought Robin and Juan was gonna get, you know, married, but to me it looked like Robin is depressed and letting herself go, and I'm wondering why. Is it because you realize that that man ain't never gonna give you what you want, and maybe you need to just let it go and move on, and you having a hard time realizing that or coming to that conclusion for yourself? Because we watch you be delusional for years. And then we see that Giselle and Jamal aren't working with the long distance thing, and we could have told you that last season when a nigga only showed up in your phone. And then there are rumors, and Giselle specifically, once again, circulating rumors that somebody's husband or somebody in a marriage is cheating. It's like, I think it's because she's been through that. She likes to throw that out there at other people and forget how painful it is for that to be made public and for people to speculate about, you know, your marriage and all of that type of shit. But either way, Eddie did tell Wendy that he wasn't fulfilled in their marriage. And then you turn around and Giselle is like, so we gonna talk about the Eddie rumors? And Wendy was trying to get her together. She was like, girl, I will light your ass up. Okay, fuck these cameras. Right. You will get these hands. And I was like, Wendy, you should give her those hands, but you know, figuratively, don't hit her because she'll try to sue you. And then we saw that folks was throwing lettuce. It seems that the new girl threw some food at Candace, and then Candace threw some food at her, and they were screaming and howling. Child, Real Housewives of Potomac seemed as if they are going to give for the upcoming season. Monique or not. Also, I wanted to point out that the super trailer definitely gave Monique's bedtime story time situation. Like when I was watching it, I was like, it was the way they had it. The way they had it set up, I was like, so y'all kind of like a fairy tale housewives type of situation, you know, like, but desperate housewives, not just Real housewives, but like desperate housewives, which is kind of like fairy tale story kind of telling format. So if you've ever seen that show, or if you saw Monique's you know, stories with her binder times. It definitely seemed like that. So I thought it was funny because I was like, people were talking about how lame she was, but at the end of the day, it seems as if Real Housewives of Potomac definitely took note with the way they edited together this super trailer. So what y'all thought?
I'm excited for the new season. I'm looking forward to seeing Mia meeting this new lady, not taking no crap. I don't believe Ray is cheating on Miss Karen. He probably trying to do a surprise or something for her. As far as Giselle hopping in other people's business and talking about the rumors and stuff that's going on with them, it could be because she's experienced it before, but I feel like it's because she's going through something now. And as we're going to see, is she doesn't want to be the only person going through that. So she want to drag somebody else into it, in addition to not just the fact that she's going through it, but possibly to overshadow what she got going on over there with herself. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. I also wonder what's going on with Robin, because at one point it was a rumor saying that she was pregnant. So seeing that she's going through this, it makes me wonder, could that have been true at one point? And could she have miscarried or something? So I'm looking forward to diving into what's going on with Robin. I agree with the situation of Candace and Chris, him managing her. Like, well, what you said, like, why, for what? Like, that never really works out too well when a wife has her husband managing her. Like, that doesn't really go too well. And then Candace has proven herself to be a person that don't like to listen. You know, Chris has already had issues with her in her mouth at times, just in their relationship. So it's going to be kind of hard to try and manage that, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's going to be difficult. But I'm looking forward to seeing it. And especially Wendy, this going to be cute to see the two sorority girls actually go at it and not be friends like that no more. So I'm looking forward to all of this. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited to see some lightweight drama that's gonna carry the season. Because it looked like it's going to be some lightweight drama, some real stuff to discuss. Everybody got their own thing going on, is what it looks like. And you exactly right, Jamie. Anytime Giselle is calling somebody out for their shit, it's because she got some shit going on. So I'm pretty sure she's just trying to deflect from whatever she got going. And I feel like if anybody is going to bring it as good as Karen does against Giselle, it's definitely going to be Wendy. So I can't wait to see that go down. Mia seems like she would be cool, but I'm trying to see where she gonna fit in the group. Now with Robin, I feel like it could just be like the pandemic or something that has her in the bed. Because I remember in the clip, Juan is saying something like, "Get out of bed. What are you doing?" So I don't know. She probably feeling some depression over something. Now with Candace and Chris, this is gonna be the season where we see Candace wear Chris the fuck out. I feel like every single season, Chris has so much patience with Candace, and everybody's just like, girl, you got a good one. You're going to run this man off. He's always trying to parent her, and this is going to be the season where I feel like he's going to show his ass, because in the clip, I think he cussed at her. And out of all the times where he could have blown up on her throughout me watching the show, I don't remember him even cussing at her. So I feel like she definitely going to take him to his point this season.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't get why Chris, who was a chef, is managing his wife. I don't get, like, that don't make any sense to me. I'm like, you're not a Florida manager. I don't like Candace, never will, but I'm my girl, whatever. I like the fact that Wendy seems to have watched the first season, seen how she fucked up, and she has came back second season and she's like a different person. But I said before, she's gonna watch herself, edit herself, and come back different. I want to see her and Giselle battle. Simply because I felt like she did herself a disservice, basically siding with Giselle into something she had nothing to do with. Like Candace and Monique's fight was not their battle, but she kind of went to Giselle's side and then made her be a
target.
Not a good first season addition to my in my opinion. So I like that she has her own storyline. I like how none of them is bringing up anything from last season. I was scared they would just talk about that too much. And not hearing any mention of Monique to me is a good thing. I love Monique too, but I'm like, okay, let's move on from that. Yeah. Karen, I feel like will carry the season fussing with Giselle. I think they will battle, and I want to see that. I like when Karen and Giselle shade each other. It's a fun time. And when she told her, he embarrassed you or whatever, he came back and he dragged you. I'm looking like he did. I think Giselle should be dragged this season based on no one ever holding her accountable for her bullshit and how much drama she brings. So I am very, very happy about the season that's coming up. It looks good. Like it looks like they all brought their own shit and it came together.
I love that. I don't want to see them relying on too much of a like Real Housewives did. They relied on Bolo to carry the entire season.
The whole season.
And I love that everybody has their own thing going on. Ashley ain't the only one that ain't got nothing going on.
A new baby. Michael and her not fucking. Same thing from last season.
More tears.
Benjamin Buttons. We don't. I mean,
shit.
And I'm like
Benjamin Buttons.
I don't like Ashley. Never will. So.
I don't like Ashley.
She's just gonna be the bond carrier. That's all.
That's it. She's just gonna be
dislike her.
She gonna pack her baby, carry the bone, and then leave.
I don't dislike her. I like her. I think as each season decides who she gonna be, and depending on who she chooses to be, it will make a difference. I like her or I don't. Because each season she sometimes she cool and she she on the good side, and then sometimes it be messy ass. I want to see which athlete we're gonna get this season, because you never know.
You don't. She might be cool. She might be an asshole. All right, y'all. We're done with the gossip talk. Let's go ahead and move on to Married to Medicine. So let's start here. The episode didn't have much. All it really had was the marital issues of some of the couples. Simone and her husband threw a couples dinner. I am wondering why. I mean, they probably were busy. Heavenly and Damon, Dr. Jackie and Cecil probably were too busy to show up, because I think Dr. Jackie and Dr. Damon are the more busy of the doctors, it seems, a lot of the time. Like, if they can get out of this bullshit by saying they got to go to work, they will. I was kind of annoyed with this scene. First of all, Toya annoyed the shit out of me, because I feel like she never takes any responsibility for the way she treats Eugene. Eugene is basically crying out for fucking help this entire episode. When that man said that he felt like she tears him down, I'm like, you mean the man that's working his ass off and then he come home and he cooking dinner, and his complaint about you, not that you don't, you know, do what you're supposed to do around the house, not that you don't take care of the kids, but that you tear him down. Like, I just felt like she was so worried about getting into Contessa and Scott's business and trying to gang up on Eugene and Simone as the doctors, that she wasn't paying attention to her own situation. Like, Eugene is going to either stroke out or leave you eventually. He's going to have to choose between you and his health at some point. And that's because I just kind of feel like she does not take care of him the way he deserves to be taken care of as a husband that is providing in such a manner. Like, not only is he providing financially for y'all, but he's an emergency room doctor, bitch. And he still come home and cook dinner for you and them badass kids. And you tear him down? Like, what's the tear down your doctor husband about exactly? Like, Toya is on some other shit. Maybe she going through early postpartum. I don't know. But the fact that we've gone through this whole season wondering what the fuck is really going on with Toya and never really getting an answer, it's just a waste of time. Contessa and Scott, y'all. Are they cheating? Is she cheating? Is he cheating? What do y'all think?
But I want to get on Toya and Eugene for a second. I feel like Toya feels like if I make Eugene feel like shit, and like he can't have anybody as good as me, he won't leave me.
Yeah, it might be one of
those.
She
tears him down. She tears him down because she wants him to stay with her, because it makes him feel like, okay, she's the best I can get. I think Toya also see people like her husband now on the show, and he can get somebody else, but let me make sure he's too
quiet.
Yeah, and it's bad because I feel like we've always seen Toya be this way with Eugene. It's just gotten worse and it's gotten exposed more. Season by season, Eugene is letting it be known how bad Toya is. And I feel like he's trying to warn Toya he's getting fed up and she's not listening. And I feel like the fact that he's now being more honest about the issues, he's warning you that he's getting fed up. The things he would not say in public, he's now saying in public. And when he said that, and she sat there and didn't say shit, I felt like, how would you not then say, you know what, husband, I should not do that? Because she still wants to do what? Tear him down. And with Contessa and Scott, I feel like they are unhappy. They need a divorce, period. I think they have run their course in their marriage, and I won't even say it's either their faults, because they both seem to just want different things. She wants to be free to do whatever she wants to do. She does not want to have to answer to or have a conversation with her husband about what she wants to do. She wants to be single or just get dick from whoever, or get coochie, I don't know. But she does not want to be a wife to someone with children, and she makes it seem as if Scott being the man of the house, the husband, is wrong. He's wrong for not wanting me to leave the house with the kids. He's wrong for not wanting me to quit my job. He's saying as a family, you can't keep doing this. And she makes it seem as if he's the problem. I'm like, no, y'all both unhappy. Separate.
Right.
Co-parent, and y'all will be happy. So I feel like they both have their valid points, but I'm looking like she don't want to be a wife, and he wants a wife. He wants someone who you can work or not, but you can't keep changing the shit every 2 days. And she act like him wanting that is wrong. That's not wrong of him.
That's the nigga in a relationship, basically, and she hasn't figured that out for herself yet.
But she's a single nigga. She's a single nigga, not a husband, not a man. She's a single nigga who wants to do single nigga shit.
Honestly, I feel like if she were in a relationship with a woman and she was in a relationship with a woman who was more docile to her, I think she would be perfectly fine with that. An open relationship, the polyamorous thing, what she can do. I honestly feel like it's not that she doesn't want to be in a relationship. I just think she wants to be in a relationship where she's the dominant person. And Scott, being the man that he is not gonna allow for that. And that's the thing about being a woman, I feel like, because we're not allowed to figure out exactly who we are without the mother wife thing being attached to it sometimes. And I think if Contessa, maybe were younger, she would have made different decisions in her life, but because of her age and probably what she's been taught is what she needed to do as a woman, you know, because if you look at it, she was in the military, she was traveling all over the world. She was not somebody that obviously wanted to be tied down, but society tells you that that's what you need to do, so she ties herself down, and now you in a midlife crisis every day because you're so unhappy with your situation.
I think Contessa and Sky, I think one of the reasons she married him was at the time they didn't have any kids and they both were in the, like, everything they've done, they've been in the same industry. As far as military, they did a lot of traveling, everything. They became doctors together. Now they got these kids, and now she's seeing now that she wants some things different. And I mean, JB may be right. They probably should get a divorce because obviously he's not willing to go to therapy. So what are you left to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point you're going to be feeling like you punching a brick wall, and you just don't have to let it go. And as far as Toya and Eugene, I feel like Toya is the way that she is with Eugene because he's allowed it for so many years, and she's just gotten so used to that, and he has never put her in a position to lose him or make her feel what that's like to possibly lose him. So now that he's speaking up and he's being more vocal, I feel like he needs to start subtracting things. Stop rewarding her. Stop giving her money. Stop going out, getting her the house she wants. Stop giving her the car that she wants, because at the end of the day, you got to work hard for this. And you running your body into the ground, and you got to come home and deal with this woman and then deal with the kids. And what is she doing? What is she doing besides being at home, having an attitude? You have no reason to be mad and frustrated. Honestly, I won't say about anything, but I feel like it's a minimal for some of the stuff that you're stressed about. When this man is out here working, trying to save lives in during the time of COVID, and you have the audacity to be stressing him out amongst everybody else, he needs to put her in a position to see what it's like to not have access to him for a bit. In a healthy way.
Toya gives me the, you know how whenever somebody who ain't never had nothing get something, then they start acting the ass. She gives me that all the way. She has a level of insecurity that's so negative and nasty that she tries to upplay it like, oh, I'm the baddest bitch. Even down to the way she said to the chef, please don't take my bacon. I was like, she upset me so much. But what all of y'all are saying is true. I can tell that Eugene has these conversations with his mom. That's why his mom didn't like Toya, and it sounds like a lot of what he is trying to politely tell her aligns with what the mom was saying, essentially. So that's how I feel about them. Toya need to pipe down before she get humbled real quick. Okay. You haven't done anything. Y'all said you've been on the show for how long? You should have opened up a business. So if you didn't have Eugene's money to count on, you would have something else. Granted, she got them 2 kids, but shit, you ain't gonna be living in the house that you living in. Then on top of that, Contessa, they're done. Contessa and Scott are done. I think even with this table scene right here, when she starts crying, Scott is so unmoved.
When he was like, relax.
He said,
like,
relax. And then Contessa used it as a moment, but I'm crying. And you know, they discussed how they both play games. Contessa was playing a game in that moment.
She was.
And I think that's why Scott was unmoved. Why are you playing a game to try to make him a bad person? So much so that whenever his response wasn't what you wanted it to be, which at this point, y'all been arguing for so long, you knew his response wasn't going to be sympathetic. You decided to call him out for it. So at this point, y'all can't be on the same team. Y'all can't be playing offense. And the way Toya was nodding her head to what Contessa was saying was a little bit too hard for me, because I was like, what the fuck do you know? You play for Toya. You don't play for Toya and Eugene.
But the same way Toya treats her friends, how he treats Eugene. When they was sitting at the table with her, Simone, and Simone and Contessa, I felt like when they was telling her, like, you need to call Quad, call Anila Nyla, and and I felt like, but she always feels as if she hasn't done anything, and they like, you're not laughing. You sometimes need to realize you doing shit to people, and that's why it's an issue. Like, you doing shit to your husband and your friends, and you don't even see it. You on bullshit.
She killed me when she was like, the girl wasn't loyal. I'm like, bitch, you not loyal neither. Because the truth of the matter is, you did not have to run around telling everybody that she wasn't paying her bill. I know that, you know, hey, when you do shit like that, that's what happens. But she didn't have to do that. Okay, if she was supposed to be this girlfriend, and then let's not even talk about just the way she addresses her and talks to her. You know, she's just very dismissive and disrespectful. Yeah, and she belittles her. And I understood why Anila was like, I'm not running after you. I'm not checking for you because you disrespectful as fuck. Now, when Anila had her party, Anila, I'm really gonna need for you not to invite them to your kids' party if you're gonna have an issue with them screaming and hollering at each other at some point, because that's what they're gonna do every time y'all get together. Okay, Quad is running, bitch. That girl is out here on the treadmill. Okay, she is a track star. She a track star. Okay, listen, she gonna fall hard when she hit the floor. Anyway, Anila trying to make everybody have this come to Jesus moment at the end kind of annoyed me, because it was what she had been doing from the beginning. And it's like, stop doing that. You can't even make up with Toya. Why do you think you're going to affect the relationships between any of these other women when you don't know what the fuck going on between you and your friend? So I just felt like that was stupid. And also, I felt like Carrie and Lisa Nicole started it with Heavenly. So once Heavenly started going in on their asses, y'all asked for that energy. Y'all should have left that lady alone.
They should not heavily let people know, don't start with me. I felt like the fact that like y'all wasn't even talking to her, like she was literally mad at her own business on a horse, and y'all on the sidelines talking shit, and then when she claps back, y'all get mad. I'm like, you shouldn't have said shit. Sit your ass down somewhere, eat your food, and be quiet. I don't like I don't like Carrie now. I don't like Lisa Nicole. To me, is trying to bond wherever she feels the need to, because she ain't enough to do. Because I'm like, what was the point of you saying shit I had? Like, what was the point of that? Like, why did you think it was even smart to do that? Like, it made no sense. I don't know if they cut a scene and we didn't see Heavily like cut her out, but I'm like, it seemed so like out the blue. I just didn't get it. And when I seen like, oh, well, Heavily should I have came back? I'm like, no. If you come at me, I'm coming back at you. And I feel like, you know, you invite people to a party who don't get along, they're gonna fight. So don't fight my kid's party. Bitch, don't invite adults to a kid's party. Because Quad don't have kids. Why she there? You just met, like, you should have invited Toya, who has kids. Who was that? Maybe in Heavenly, because they have, like, you know, younger kids or whatever. But I was like, you invited hyenas to the goddamn zoo. They're gonna act like hyenas.
Yeah, I didn't like that Lisa Nicole was coming for Heavenly out of nowhere, because I felt like, but you made over Quad though. You made over Quad that whooped your ass, and then you turn around and you want to throw shots at Heavenly. That didn't make no sense. I didn't really trip too much about Miss Thing, Anila inviting the ladies, because she did do a collaboration party because she didn't have the funds to do them individually. So she decided to do the kids party and then do the holy party as well. So it kind of, you know, made sense. And then even though Quad don't got no kids, Jackie ain't got none either. Yet she had to say
I got she was even there.
Yeah, so it's like, and then Lisa didn't even bring her children. Did we see them?
No. And what about Carrie?
She brought her daughter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I didn't even see him. What about Carrie?
Ain't got no kids, or does she, or are they grown?
No.
Because she just came too. So she just did a mixture of the party. And I wasn't tripping too much about her yelling at them, telling them to chill out, because they also messed up her dinner. Contessa did the last time. So I was like, it's her party. She can cry if she wants to. So she told y'all to shut up.
Her mama messed up her dinner. But I'm gonna say this though about Carrie making that comment that Heavenly and Jackie look like the help. I was just kind of like, that was in bad taste. Yeah, she was like, you know, they look like the help because they had on, you know, jeans and t-shirts, but it's like we about to get paint thrown on us, powder, whatever. Why the fuck would I come out here with my nice shit on? Make that make sense, Carrie.
You know that bitch probably don't
even know my nerves.
She probably just be hearing black people say shit like that, and she thinks she could say shit like that too.
Right. Disgusting ass. See, that's why I don't be liking sometimes when they be trying to add white ladies to these casts, because you can just tell that it's gonna be a moment where we're gonna be looking at them like racial.
But no, that happened on the New York Housewives show, because one of the white women referred to the staff as the help. They wasn't black, but it was like this people who work whatever, and she called them the help. And the black girl, who name, like, I don't know what her name is, but the black girl brought up how that's offensive because the help ties back to slavery, and it seems a little bit rude or whatever. And the white one was like, you know what, I didn't mean, that's not what I meant. It's like, yeah, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you what it sounds like when you say it. And I think sometimes it's like, I'm so tired of trying to teach white folk, but I do think Carrie says things and think it's cool because she has black friends.
Right.
Because I'm hanging around Toya or whoever else. I'm looking like, no, bitch, be quiet. Go sit down somewhere and just be quiet.
Okay. So now that we're done with these hoes, listen, couples therapy wasn't really giving nothing except for the fact that Miss Rada doesn't know. I'm sorry, Michael Blackson never met Miss Rada's kids. That was the only thing that was noteworthy about that entire episode. Mind you, last time we checked, they broke up, but she's supposed to be pregnant for him. I don't know whether she's still pregnant for him, but I will say it kind of blew me that you've been sleeping with this man, you've been fucking around with this man, you're pregnant for this man, and he has never met your children.
And her kids are older because she brought up how she didn't say how many kids she had. But she brought up how her 16-year-old daughter. I'm like, that's old enough where she should know who my boyfriend is. And I feel like I think Michael Blackson and her relationship was really that we just fucking. You the main one I'm fucking, but we just fucking. And she wanted more. And then she got pregnant. And I feel like the fact that she announced they broke up before the show ended, I'm looking like, okay, so why do we, like, I don't care about the show anymore now because Netflix is a finale anyway, but what I liked about this episode was the tantric one who came in. I like how she went to each person and asked them how she can help them. I like that part of the show because it shows how each couple was trying to like get close or whatever, but I still don't believe Michael and Rada are even a couple. I think they were just fucking for a long time. Each other people, and she made it seem as if we should get closer and let's sit here. It's like, no, because it's your children.
Jamie, you got a kid. How you feel about the fact that, she like lying with this man and he ain't never met her kids?
I didn't really see a whole lot wrong with it until she knew that they were like serious. If I know that we get in serious, then that's when I'm gonna allow you to meet my son, because I don't want a lot of people in and out like that. You know what I'm saying? Rotating people in my child's life. So for me, it's like, yeah, if you know that you guys get serious. The sad part is that she was with him for what, 2 years, maybe? A year, 2 years, and it wasn't going anywhere, and you just still in there just hanging on. And then in addition to that, like, you know how they say men know within a certain amount of time how far they gonna go with you? I feel like she knew how far she was gonna go with him, and you settled for a position as somebody's mom to be a side piece and then allow other people to come in and out of the bedroom. So you stuck right there already. So I'm kind of glad that he has yet to meet her kids and she's able to sever ties with this and move forward, and hopefully she can find somebody that is worthy of being a part of her and her kids' life. But she also got to make sure that she gotta just go through her therapy and figure out what it is that she wants, and then present herself as a package and not just by herself.
Yeah.
Well, that's why she said that I might deal with a lot of stuff in a relationship, but never as a mom, because you're a damn fool. You started out as a groupie hoping for something more, and I got that from them literally the whole time they've been on the show. It sounds like a relationship is a goal of theirs, right?
Yeah. Or hers.
Hers. A goal of hers. So I can't even take them seriously. But like Jamie said, I'm glad that you haven't introduced the man to your kids, because that would have been foolish. So that's where she draws the line.
Okay, so even though I totally agree, and I'm one of those people that feel like you shouldn't be introducing everybody to your kids, but the fact that you were having unprotected sex with him to the point where you are now pregnant, I feel like, how is it that he's not good enough to meet your kids, but he's good enough to spray up your club? And I just
to secure a bag. Good enough to secure a bag.
Okay.
But see, that just goes to show you're not as good of a mother as you think you are if you think that that's what's important in this situation.
But I wonder if it wasn't them raw dog, and if it was just like she ended up pregnant. Because I know people who have just got pregnant by accident. So I do wonder, was y'all raw dogging, or was, did the condom break one time?
That was raw dogging. That's the one that he saved to go raw with, for sure. She got the body.
But it's like, but if you fucking other people, you can't raw dog me because you're still fucking other people.
Jay Lee, self-respect, honey. You have it. She doesn't. Just saying.
That's why you can't.
Because I feel the same way. I feel like if you're not good enough to meet my kid, you're not good enough to have unprotected sex with me. And the fact that I feel like she definitely, because you can't tell me that Michael wasn't hitting that shit raw. Like he was definitely, and then the way she has ownership of him, it makes me feel like she was having sex with him raw, especially if it was just the two of them. Now they might have wore condoms when they were bringing other people in, but if they were having sex just the two of them, she was trying to make it special, then she's not going to require him to wear birth control because she wants them to feel close because she is so starved to feel special to him. So it just kind of, the way that psyche of bitches like that, to me, it just kind of seemed like there's an area of you that is thirsty for a man's affections. This man's affections. I don't know why, but that was all from them. Okay. Black Ink Crew was actually more entertaining, and we don't normally talk about it on the panel, but I did want to get the ladies' opinions about these two situations. So first of all, y'all, if y'all watched, you know, I know Jay Lee knows, but I don't know if y'all don't review Black Ink Crew. I don't think so, Jamie and Nisa, right? Do y'all watch it?
Watch this episode.
Sometimes I miss this week's though.
So I'll just roughly explain. So basically, this new guy in Atlanta, okay, he gets into it with Rock over Crystal. Y'all know Crystal is the girl who works there. She and Rock are dating. He was like, you need to leave Rock alone and come fuck with me because I'm a better tattoo artist. Well, Crystal gets offended, starts going back and forth with the guy. Like, what? Rock comes up behind him, you know, behind her, and they get into it. And Tati has to push Rock and this new guy apart. Crystal then dumps Rock because she feels like he wasn't being aggressive enough for her, which I thought was ridiculous. Then he gets terrible advice from Alex on how to be a punk ass bitch with his old woman, but overly aggressive when it comes to people out in the street that could possibly kill him. I thought that was hilarious. Like, you know, I'm ready to go because I'm with Donna. Everybody trying to fuck her. I'm out here on the streets. I'm ready to go. But on this plane, I'm gonna let this girl disrespect me and bitch me up in front of all of our friends. Didn't she though? And I like that.
It was a crazy scene.
It was
because
it was like, wait a minute, what?
It went from like who was a better tattoo artist to you should be with me, and Rock fully defended her in his own way. He just didn't fight the dude, but he told him, you know, watch what you say. Right. Don't be rude. That's my girl. So he still corrected him, but Crystal wanted him to fight the dude. And I like at the table how Donna and Alex told Crystal, you can't be with somebody like you. Because if you with someone who's like that's a high head, y'all gonna be the dead or in jail. So you want someone like Rock who's level headed. Because the whole time what I liked was Rock was like thinking like I can't fight at work. Because last time Crystal fought at work, she got fired. So he was thinking about that.
They showed all of them different times that she got into fights. Stuff.
He's logical.
Homer, you're fired.
Yeah, so he was like, you know, she want me to do what she do with the fight, and I'm like, I can't get fired. And Rock used to be homeless. I'm saying, so he's lived a whole different life. And I'm like, I did not like how she broke up with him because she felt like, well, he know he can't punk me, we can punk you. And he like, no, I'm gonna handle it. Had she just let him do his thing, it would have been cool. I don't like how Crystal tried to sun him. She tried to do what Donna do to Alex.
So that makes me wonder, like, didn't at one point, like, Crystal, does she even want to be with him? Because she really wanted their relationship to be hella secret, right? Secretive. So it seems like, and it sounds like she was looking for a perfect opportunity to break up with him anyway. Because
I think she liked him.
Tight.
I think she liked him too. But I still feel like she's one of those women where you can't be in a relationship with them. They're gonna dog you the fuck out because they just do whatever they want when they want to do it. But I agree.
Used to roughneck dudes, and so that's what she. And even though she liked Rock, I think she likes him. I do. However, I think because had that not happened, they wouldn't have broke up. But because she felt like I would have fought, you should have fought with me. Where was you at? I'm looking like, bitch, he was right there beside you.
Right.
He tied his dreadlocks up. He tied him up to the back and said, what's going on? What's happening? Because they had put him to the front. She then went and got Tati, went to the dude or whatever when Rock wasn't even there. Rock then heard them talking. He came right to the back, like, what's up? So my thing is, she was so mad in her own feelings, she didn't see him defending her, but he was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do think she likes him though.
I'm glad you made that point because that too could be exactly what it is. She was really embarrassed about people probably talking about her tattoo work or whatever, and she ended up taking that anger out on her man, even though he was trying to.
Because she told Tati, she said,
I
work here.
harassed.
I feel sexually harassed. And she went to the dude and said, what makes you think that you can talk to me like that? Because I'm a female. I work here. You can't make me feel uncomfortable. So she still defended herself in a separate way, but Rock still did too. And I'm like, why you acting? She acted like he didn't say shit. I'm like, but he did.
Yes, and that's what made me upset, because she act like he didn't say anything and he did. At the end of it, he went and had a conversation with dude, and they squashed it. But dude was a bitch. Dude was so vagina. I was like, this is the pussiest shit. This man basically said, y'all didn't like me. Y'all didn't hang out with me after only being here one day. So I decided to be your friend. You and your girl because I wanted to be your friend. Like, you old bum ass nigga.
This dude in the orange cap.
Yes.
He looked like it. Very fitting.
That was why he was mad. He was in his feelings.
He had a whole client doing all of that.
Okay,
no, I would not go back and tattoo there no more.
I wouldn't want him to tattoo me at all. You trying to fight people with a knee, and then Crystal, like you said in your video, Jay Lee, you want him to fight while they got needles and shit all over. People are in here putting needles in somebody's skin, and you want them to get into a fight. You crazy ass, toxic ass bitch.
I mean, y'all know Crystal is low key ignorant, though.
She's very ignorant. It's not low key. It's high key as fuck.
She don't know any.
Speaking of ignorant, speaking of ignorant bitches, Suzette. Okay, y'all see Suzette? She's doing the I'm about to demean my black man stance right here. I'm about to stand over you and talk to you like you're a fucking child that's not doing your homework. I'm gonna do you like this in the forehead, all of this type of shit. She mad because honestly, I thought this scene was for our benefit. I thought this whole scene was bullshit. I thought she was screaming at him for play, and I thought he was breaking up with her for play. He basically told her he needed to take a break from her so he could figure out the situation with his daughter, and she basically said he was a pussy ass nigga for not choosing her over his daughter.
Yep.
See why we had to talk about it?
She literally said, I've been through too much with you to have you not be with me. And she also said, anybody in my shoes would have reacted the same way to your daughter. Anybody in my same stripper ass shoes would have still went back and forth with your child. I'm like, really? And he sat there like.
And he's still with her. That's the sad part. Even after
to this day, it was bullshit.
I can't deal. He let a hoe buy him a house in Atlanta, and he's still good night. I can't deal. I can't. That's whack. That's whack as hell. And you still with this woman?
And she then said, yeah, I was wrong, but so was Cheyenne. I'm like, Cheyenne is 16.
Right.
Yo, you responded to her. And I feel like C's making it seem as if I need a break from you. And when she then went off on him, he just didn't say shit. I feel like you really just want to make people feel like you tried to leave Suzette alone. You took a little break. And that was really it. But I'm like, no, but you still beef with her. You are suing your child's mother currently. So you never fix shit, bruh.
And you know what that lets me know, and for me confirms, when the incident happened between C's and his daughter, it makes me feel like Suzette was in his ear to begin with. The fact that he's in his ear now, and then here it is, he's still sitting up there with her. All to say that he got him a woman.
Exactly, with his thirsty ass. I'm going to tell you what I think. I think that they wanted the little girl, Cheyenne, to be like a big sister cleaning up behind Suzette's younger children. And she probably was like, no, I'm not cleaning up behind them. Make them clean it up. And, you know, Suzette is telling C's, you gonna let her talk to you like that? That's disrespectful. She should be doing whatever, all of this you doing for her. She should be doing whatever you ask her to do. I can hear the bitch running all of that ignorant shit all day. But the truth of the matter is that girl has not had her father there for her the way he should have been. And now there are two younger kids that he's playing daddy to, and you want her to act like she's unbothered by that. But as soon as this nigga texts another bitch, you jealous. But you can't understand how his daughter, who he's never been there for, feels about being replaced by your kids.
He needs to be mindful and watch out for a woman like her, in my opinion, especially if that woman can come in and divide you from your child. I need him to really step back outside of love and really look at this whole picture. This woman got a child, got kids or whatever. She's a real estate agent. When she got you that house, that was all strategic. it wasn't just to say, oh, I got you a house, but also I'm gonna be your real estate agent so I can get paid on the back end. Then I'm gonna have you get put in this house, whether your name and my name is on it or whatever, and then my kids are gonna be able to have a place to live. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everything she did as far as coming into the life, she was very strategic
from the
about
beginning.
That, she said he hopped in her DMs.
He attracts women like that though, which is sad. Why do you continue to play yourself for a fool? I just don't understand why he attracts women like that. It's always, he's so weak-minded. You can tell he's easily influenced to do the absolute wrong thing.
Like,
I still feel like people always want to compare. People always want to compare Suzette, this bitch, to Duchess, but I honestly feel like Duchess is a better woman than Suzette is.
See, I think that C's has an issue with he is with women who separates him from either family or friends, because even though C's and Duchess was a train wreck, at the same time, Duchess is the reason he fell out with his friend, because at that time she felt like you don't need them, you're better than them. So he fell out with Puma and all of them. And now he's with Suzette, who is making him fall out with his daughter. C's has a tendency to follow the women, and he leaves whoever they feel like he don't need at that point in time. It ain't no way that you feel as if you are a good parent, even though Crystal has always been the mother of your child. So for you to now be consistently dogging Crystal, you get that.
She did what you couldn't do, which is be the 100% parent to your daughter. And you should be thankful that she was the type of mother that would still raise your child, because they got women who would have dropped that fucking baby off on your doorstep and left her there and went about her business. You know what I'm saying? You don't always get you a baby mama that might stress you out, but still gonna take care of your fucking kid. And as far as Duchess is concerned, Duchess was paying child support for this nigga at some point. And I also feel like she may have created that issue with him and his friends. But to be clear, a lot of the times, like, Richard ended up with the drugs and fucking overseas anyway. Then Walt ends up stealing and all of it. I mean, it wasn't like
I think Walt knows shit different, because like now, shit is in Atlanta with his wife and kids, his own shop. I think they had to go through.
He had to get over his drug addiction. But what
they all had to go through growing pains.
You still with that girl he married on the show?
I think
they had other baby and everything. Yeah, they both are like, I follow both of them on Mother Page, but they both are like happy and healthy in life.
Good,
better than they were in New York. Like even she looks peaceful. And I feel like even Puma when Puma left and with Kwani, whatever, and Puma now don't look shit like he did in the beginning. I feel like Season 10 is still caught up in that we run this shit. Like Season 10 don't have peace.
Delusions of grandeur.
Yeah.
He's definitely has some issues. Bonnie, you called it, I think last week we were talking about mommy issues. I said, mommy issues. Caesar wants to so badly feel like he has somebody in his corner that he'll go against everybody else. And I feel like he's been absent of the parent role for so long that he doesn't know how to operate like a parent. Like, that's your fucking daughter. That's not somebody else.
Right.
Right.
He doesn't know how to operate that way.
He's a mess. Anyway, y'all, let's move on to growing up hip hop. So it wasn't really that much for me with this situation. I'm just going to start off with Angela and Vanessa first. I don't care because they not together, her and his boyfriend. My main thing is how much I feel like Vanessa obsesses about whatever Angela has going on. Am I the only one that feels like that?
No, that's true.
Vanessa is dating and has been with one of the Wayans brothers' sons forever, and we never her child's father is Michael. I don't know which Wayans the father is of him, but I think it may be like Damon's and whoever it is. But yeah, if you Google her baby daddy is a Wayans brother son.
Yeah.
So the fact that she never lets anyone see what they have going on, and it may be because he don't want to be on the show, but I feel like she consistently butts into other people's stuff because she don't have shit that she can bring to the show, because her boyfriend won't be on the show. He probably does not want their daughter on the show either. So she has nothing. So she focuses on, Angela doesn't include me on her life because, bitch, she's living her life.
You're
not living yours.
Exactly.
Y'all can't be the same kids no more. So it aggravates me that every season is about what is Angela not including me in that's going on in her life. She don't have to. She's a grown woman with a cooch and a kid. Leave her be.
And I mean, the only thing I have to say is that I appreciate the affection that we got to see from Angela, because Vanessa's the sister, right? From Angela, because she doesn't show us that. We've been spending all these seasons watch her turn down Bow Wow and Romeo for many years. Those were like her storylines. So it's interesting to see her with this guy and showing, you know, letting us in a little bit on her love life.
He looked like he could have been one of Stevie J kids.
Angela boyfriend, David Gordon, whatever his name is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got some big ears, but he's a handsome man.
He is.
I heard they already broke up.
Yeah, that's why I said it ain't even no point in talking about it. It was just more so about, you know, how I felt about the sister relationship, because and then we finally got to see Brianna and her freckles. Hey, she gonna be drinking and acting a fool this season. We see. I put TT up here because when TT was surprised that people thought her baby wasn't hers, I was just kind of like, well, bitch, what you thought was going to happen when you had a baby with a white man?
Exactly. She liked that, though. You could tell it was almost like, oh, my child so exotic, they didn't even know it was mine. Type
right. Ignorant ass. And you can tell she bleaching. To me, she looked like they come from them Jamaicans that like to bleach and look lighter. But if you pay attention to like the pictures they posted of them from before, her and her mom look browner than they do right now. She looks very pale to me.
Yep.
I'm not happy about that. That makes me sad when I see that, because y'all don't look good. Y'all look crazy as hell when y'all do that.
I think as long as she don't do nothing else, she looks fine. But she's not getting no lighter, don't get no surgeries. I don't want her to do anything else.
They posted that picture of her and her mama and her half sister, and I was like, damn, bitch. Like, I know we've been inside because of the pandemic, but I had been looking at her skin, because sometimes when they do that all over lightning, it starts to look like ashy a little bit. Like she just looks like ashy to me sometimes. And I was just kind of looking. And then when I saw her holding the baby and all of that, I was just kind of like, yeah, bitch, you trying to become a white woman, ain't you?
You know what? I also think it's bad makeup too, because her hands are it's not as light as her face. And when she was in her confessional, I felt like her face looked ashy and it felt like makeup. But she still looks a tad bit lighter than she used to. So I just feel like just don't do nothing else to it. But I do think they had bad makeup on it, because I'm like, your face looked like her around her eyes under here was pale, like it was white. I'm like, okay,
you know what it probably was? She said she wasn't getting sleep, so she probably had dark circles and then put too much concealer under her eyes to get rid of the dark circles.
I was like, she looked different. But I'm like, girl, don't do that makeup no more.
But I still have this like feeling about her that feels that, you know, that wanting to be close to whiteness, that proximity to whiteness thing. And that shit works on my nerves. Mm-hmm. And then the only other thing was to me anyway, y'all let me know if y'all felt anything else, but it was basically Pepper trying to talk to Twist. And I've seen people say that they think Twist might actually be homophobic. And I didn't think so until I thought about it. And I was like, he is a product of Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne is very homophobic, which is hilarious to me. Exactly. Not just that he kissed bird. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know about everybody else, but in certain families, like people kiss people on the mouth. So that wasn't the thing for me. But his overall aesthetic can come off as feminine to me. And so does Lil Twist's aesthetic. Sometimes comes off effeminate in certain ways. Y'all may see it as rocker or goth, but it is effeminate to me. Okay, so being homophobic and giving a fuck about another man being in a thong when you walking around with nail polish on and all of that shit in your locks, you know, just extra. I just kind of feel like
I don't think that was his real issue. I think like last season, him and Sam got into an argument. I know
he really don't like Sam because Sam is an asshole, but I still feel like him censoring on that.
I think he was fucking with Pepper. I think he felt like you called me here to talk about Sam, it's bullshit, and I'm gonna sit here and troll you the whole time because I think this is a dumb meeting.
Yeah,
I don't think he even care about no one likes Sam. Everybody hates Sam.
Yeah,
I do feel like Pepper
wanted
to meet with Twist. He's a killer too. I think Pepper want to meet with anybody is crazy. I think Pepper's too involved. Pepper should be out. Where's Salt? Go get someone like you should be somewhere with somebody else. Why ain't Peppa on Love and Hip Hop? You are a full-fledged adult that lives in whatever. Like, how have you not been on a show with adult people?
That would make her feel her age if she was hanging around people her age. She likes to feel like she's young.
Exactly. She not. She older than my mama. Go ahead. I don't like that Peppa is always hanging out with the kids. I don't like that. That's like, you are too old to be meeting with Twist to discuss Sam. Sam has kids.
Sam is a man. Sam is
a grown-ass man.
And for all the kids to be showing up at your damn birthday party. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Not one parent of these fucking kids.
Not one. And Sam took me out, standing at the staircase talking about, ain't nobody gonna talk to me crazy in this house. The house is not yours.
The house is not yours.
But yeah, Twist, I feel like I don't think Twist realizes that the comments that he's saying aligns with being homophobic. I think he's just raised in that area where it's like, nigga, what are you doing? Why you got your dick out type stuff? But the comments that you are saying align with homophobia. I think Peppa knows that he's not homophobic. I think she just wanted to make an example out of him to try to use that as an argument in that moment, all for Sam. So for the two of them, I was just like, forget the both of y'all.
And let me just say, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jamie.
I was just gonna say I agree with Niecy. I think because I didn't think he was being homophobic at all, but listening to you guys, like, yeah, he definitely had said some things that aligned with that. I also think he was just trying to be funny because he knew the cameras was there. Just like he turned and said something to the cameras, he was like, "Y'all, America, don't let them." Yeah. And then the other thing was, I think that honestly, it's not. He don't really care what Sam doing. It's just the fact that Sam does too much for attention, and I think that's what irritates him, like, all the time. So. That's what that is. He just don't like Sam. I don't think it's really that he's homophobic, but he may need to be educated on the things that he says.
And that was my thing, because somebody in my comments said, word on the curb is that Twist really is homophobic. And that made me just think about some of them Lil Wayne lyrics that I be listening to. And I'm like, this nigga is homophobic. And this nigga is a subject of him. So he could possibly, really have those feelings deep down, but know that he's not supposed to be like that, especially being in LA, being in a business. He's not actually supposed to say and feel like that, especially in his age range. So it kind of made me look at him a little bit like, all right, now I'm going to be paying attention. But I definitely feel like most people's aggravation with Sam is the fact they feel like he's using Egypt. I mean, at this point, Egypt wants to be used and they're going to let her because she's stupid. But it definitely feels like you probably really would be with a dude if it wasn't for the fact that, Egypt is probably an easier mark.
And Papa a mark too. I think for some reason he got them both under his spell, and I don't get why.
Ooh,
but I also feel like
Nick
with
Gordon.
Twist,
don't he give a Nick Gordon tea?
I think he worse than Nick Gordon because Nick Gordon seemed nice. Like Nick Gordon seemed nice at first. It wasn't until later on that he seemed sketchy. But I've never trusted Sam. Never.
He's still alive?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
I've never trusted Sam.
But how he was in with Whitney and with Bobby Christina, and everybody was looking at Whitney back then like, why is you letting this little boy live in a house with you and your daughter? What the fuck wrong with you? And then that's brother and sister, and then they fucking. You know what I'm saying? So,
it was different because I felt like Nick Gordon wasn't poisoning Bobby Chris or even Whitney with like weird.
We didn't see that. That don't mean it wasn't happening.
But that's the thing. I think with Sam, we see it. So like, it's one thing for somebody to be a clear, demonic, weird person.
You think he's giving them drugs though? Because that's what I thought about Nick Gordon. I thought Nick Gordon was like the person that go and pick up the drugs for everybody.
I think Sam to me is chaos in human form, because wherever he goes, chaos follows. There's never an event that Sam come to that someone don't get into it, and he feels as if he has the right to dictate who says or does what. He is like the devil, because the devil likes carnage. And so wherever he goes, carnage in one way or the other, carnage follows. And I think Pep could have went and met with Twist, that Twist said bullshit about Egypt. That I would have got. But I'm
that's
like,
my daughter.
That's your child.
Grown ass man.
This is grown. It doesn't make any sense.
You
I feel like
they get into it with everybody. Like,
but it's like they let him do it. Like Pepper lets it happen. Trent lets it happen. Only TT was wrong for trying to break them up, but TT saw the bullshit for what it was and just didn't want to have it keep going. So I feel like people who feel like, well, TT got involved, I'm like, yeah, because she saw the devil dating her cousin and tried to warn her cousin, and what happened? The devil got his hooks in her cousin, and now her cousin is stuck with him.
I don't like the stance that they're taking this season with number one, Pepper needing a storyline. So she's trying to attach herself to her daughters. So she's also trying to support her through this. But even Tyran, you was a part of trying to prevent them from getting engaged anyway. And here it is. You over here speaking so highly about Sam. And I'm just like, I don't like that.
Did he?
Keep it honest.
I'm about to say, did he? I thought he just talked about the fight. I didn't know he spoke highly.
He said, although Sam may come off as a misunderstood guy, he's still a good guy or something like that. He said, because I had to rewind it and I said, is this nigga is he talking about Sam?
I must have. I skipped over that part.
And that's what he said.
Like a motherfucker.
Stand up for his family or some silly stuff like that. And this,
I think Tyran know. I think Tyran know he has to stay close to Egypt because like TT already on the side. Pepper's fully drinking the Kool-Aid. I do feel like Tyran could be like, I have to say good things
so
to
I don't
alleviate
my sister.
Because when JoJo said how he would pick Twist side, JoJo and Sam got beefed out. So I feel like
he knows
Tyran may know
I
have to be nice to not have my sister alienate me. Right. So let me say, oh, he's a good guy. Because if shit go wrong, I'm here and I'm gonna I'm
gonna be able to be there. I'm gonna be close
to do whatever.
I agree.
We all got some growing up to do. I was like, nigga, he got way more than growing up to do. Something else going on.
Okay, somebody psychiatry. Okay, moving on, you guys. Let's move on to hold up. No, because I don't want to do. I want to do Ready to Love first, and then we could do it like it might be day, baby. Okay.
I'm in the living room dancing to that song.
Listen,
when it come on, I think about Amari all the time. I'm like, that damn song.
I be thinking that.
When she said it was we're gonna get into it, but when she said it's a smash, I was like, it is, bitch.
It is.
Stop playing it. We actually pay it. You could be like, play Live Your Life by Jocelyn Hernandez, and that shit come on, I'll be like, hey.
But you know what? I think since she got with Ballistic, her music is better than it was when she was with Stevie. Like I was like, I didn't think about that. The beats, even if we don't know what she's saying, the beat she's rapping to makes her flow work. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm gonna cut this shit up because I'm like, the song come on every episode, and I don't fast forward. I listen to it, and I rap it a little bit in my head.
Me too. Look, I know the words and shit now. But y'all, let's talk about Ready to Love first and get this out the way. Because it wasn't really much of nothing. The people met the friends this week. And the only things to me that were quotable was that Joel played himself because he felt a way about Vernisha being controlling, so he said. So he then turns around and says that Kyra is the number one. And he wasn't the only one. David said it. Of course, Jason says it, and AJ says it. And when all of these men said her name, to me, it was almost like they were slutting her out. Not that she was, but that them kind of all using her as a scapegoat. To either get back at Liz like David did, because Liz has been your number one this whole time, and now all of a sudden Kyra is your number one, nigga, please. You mad because Liz told you that she kissed Jason, and that's so weird to me because Kyra is kissing Jason too. So I'm trying to understand why you mad at Liz for doing the same thing that Kyra's doing, except Kyra doesn't give a fuck about you enough to call you and let you know what's going on because you are not in her top three. I don't care what she say. She got, the AJ situation. Then she got the Jason situation. I feel like if her
said that she said he was number 3 in the behind the scenes clips.
She said that, but I don't know.
Who was number 3?
Kyra said David was her number 3, and I was just kind of like, girl, please. I don't.
So she had who? AJ. So she had who? AJ, Jason, and David.
I feel like just because you went on more dates with him does not mean he was actually like somebody you really was trying to fuck with. He just so happened to be the one you probably spent the most time with in comparison. So, the other guys who you probably didn't spend that much time with. Liz came off like the auntie or the grandma. Okay, in a lot of these situations, you're giving off titties and ass, but you want to be a virgin until you get married and all of this shit. Sorry, not a virgin. Y'all know what I mean. But I just feel like she's sending mixed signals. But David, during that meeting with his friends, it was like he was trying to keep his cool at first. And as time went on, he just lost it more and more as they were sitting there. But I just kind of felt like y'all are just dating. If this woman is kissing another guy, there's nothing wrong with that. Y'all are not in a relationship. And you feeling like you needed to like figure out what you were going to do about that. To me, it just tapped into what we all felt about him being controlling from the very beginning. To me, that's how that played out. Because his energy was just hella angry at this little dinner situation, this little sit down.
I think it's dumb because I feel like Liz didn't kiss Jason. Jason kissed Liz both times. And I feel like that's the reason why she told him, because it wasn't that we kissed. It was, I was on a date with him and he kissed me. And I feel like the fact that she called you as she left the date lets you know that kiss didn't mean shit. But she wanted you to know. And I also feel like the fact that how she still went on the date with Jason and Kyra Kira. But I'm like, you can tell she don't like him. She don't like Jason. She likes David. She came to David's dinner dressed to impress his friends, to impress him. And the fact that he acted like a whole bitch the whole time made me mad, because she's showing you that she's putting in the effort. And for you to then say, well, I don't want to put in the effort and go all in, to then figure out later on that it wasn't what I wanted. I'm looking like, but you won't know that it's not what you want unless you go in. Like, I don't like how are you here trying to date someone, but you say, I don't want to do something because I might not want it. I'm like, what the fuck is why you here? It made me mad. I'm like, Liz could have been looking at somebody else. She could have been with Dietrich first. I don't know, but I feel like she's being intentional with her time with you, and she's letting you know that you matter, and you playing her like she don't matter because Jason kissed her. But she told you. Jason didn't tell you. She told you immediately. So I'm like, that alone should show you she's a good woman, because she's trying to let you know, I'm not for no bullshit. I'm here for you. So fuck David.
I think Liz just likes the attention that she's getting from Jason, because y'all noticed
by baby teeth.
Yes, by baby teeth, because she was real conservative and giving real auntie at the beginning. She was wearing her hair curly. She gave real Southern soulful, which she still is doing. She's doing that with somebody. The minute she went to that masquerade ball and came with her titties and her, booty popping, she hasn't chilled. There has been no chill since
at all. She ain't let up since.
No, she hasn't let up since, because she likes the attention. Jason's just thirsty. Even he knows that he don't really want Liz. He just knows, like, he's just like, damn, I know you
likes her
type stuff.
So I said last week I felt like Liz might have been somebody's side bitch for the past 17 years. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
That makes perfect sense, Bondi, because I've been trying to come up with a reason as to why she would have been single for 17 years.
I don't think she was a sad bitch, though. I think because she said how she was in situationships, this meaning you not in a monogamous relationship. I think people can not want to be committed if they don't know what's going on, and they can label it different. I don't see Liz as being able to be a sad bitch, but I do see her as not wanting to fully commit to somebody. I don't see her as a sad bitch. No,
I could definitely see her being like the girl that know her, that play her position and all of that. Might have even been fucking a church bishop or somebody for all we know, because she in the church heavy.
Either that, or she was always chasing a fuck boy. She was always in a situationship with somebody who was not for her. So she probably went the complete opposite of the spectrum and decided to devote her life to God in order to find something that she thought would be perfect.
But what if she just was dating around, but she wasn't, like, she didn't find it?
This is why I say that.
They haven't been show on set, and we ain't seeing it. It was show on the show if she been dating around, but we ain't seeing that she been dating around.
And the reason why I don't think that that's the case is because I feel like it's easier for super heavy Christians to find more like-minded people like them. I feel like those relations are easier to find because y'all are in
I know people in the church. I know people in the church who it's not easy for them to date because sometimes they don't have the same, like,
do they look like Liz?
Yes.
So They look like her. And
Yes.
they can't find no man in
not
like
they can't
17
find
years.
one, but not. I won't say. I don't want to label Liz as someone who can't find a man if she just hasn't found the right one.
You know what
like,
I mean?
She
saying she ain't been in a relationship at all, and to me, that's what strikes weird. All that situation.
But I don't fully believe. I don't fully believe that. I don't. When she said that she's been in situationships, meaning she's been with somebody that didn't work out. I feel like that happens in life, and that doesn't mean that somebody's a sad bitch.
Relationship. You would just say it's a relationship that didn't work out.
Some of that shit is figments of imaginations. I feel like some people put the stamp of a relationship too fast because that's not what it is.
I know,
like,
but we're talking about this whole time, this whole 17 years that she ain't been with nobody.
I don't fully believe that's what she did. I don't fully believe.
But see, you don't believe that, but. What's the alter? Why would she lie? Why would she front unless she was probably in a relationship that she can't really be honest about?
I don't see sad bitch.
She was in a relationship that was bad for her. Now all of a sudden you sell it because I could see you being in a situationship for years and years and years and getting smashed and smashed and smashed. And your self-worth diminishing, and then you decided one day, like, this ain't what I want. I'm gonna give myself to God to be celibate. Because she didn't say how long she's been saved. I'm surprised she ain't said that.
No, she didn't. And I also don't like that she leads all of her conversations with that. Her saying that I really want a man that was going to lead spiritually. I was just like, girl, give me a fucking break with this shit. Going to lead spiritually. Your relationship with God is between you and God. Why you need somebody to lead you with that?
I know people like that in church, like literally.
The fact that
I'm not saying we don't know nobody like that. I'm just saying that sounds stupid at this age for her to need somebody to lead her in that area when that's something that is between her and the Lord.
I think that with her saying that so much, that ain't what she's looking for. She's trying to convince herself that that's what she's looking for. It gives me Troy when Troy kept going around talking about want to go on the trip, knowing the whole time that's not some shit he was about. He wasn't going to take nobody on no trip. So that's what I'm getting from Liz. When it comes to David's full of complete SHI, and the fact that he would sit up here and act like he's indecisive and don't know what he wants to do. You was the one that was at the masquerade ball talking about you wanted everybody to think that y'all was together. So let's be honest and just say that you in your feelings because another man was able to get to her and you thought you had her all to yourself. So that's all
in his dating process. The fuck?
Right.
Child, do we need to tap dance on Joel more or are we good?
Joel was full of shit. I think
what I heard, somebody commented on my video saying that Joel and his wife hadn't been together. Like when she was sick, they were already divorced.
I heard, you know what? I might have been watching your video and heard you comment about that in the video, but I haven't heard anybody say that. And I would also like to be like, why would you perpetrate like y'all were together when she died? Like
that's what I was thinking.
We gotta see somebody talk to him about that. Little black book or somebody.
I think Joe making it seem as if Venetia's clingy to me is crazy because when you talk about other women, you still take it back to her. So I feel you clingy too. So it gets me AJ teeth, but AJ felt like Alexis was too sexual. But I'm like, well, so are you. So I feel like you can't say how Venetia still this. You can't keep going back to her each time and then say, but she's too clingy. And even when she brought up how, I want to be the first person to get married, I felt like she wasn't saying I want to marry you. I felt like she was saying my intent here is to find the person I'm gonna marry. And so I hope that's what happens. I don't like how he don't, tie me down. I'm like, that ain't what she's just saying. This is the intent for anyone on the show should be
to get married.
They ready to love, so for her to say that out loud and for him to act like it was her being too soon, I'm like, you do know you came on the show to date someone, to get somewhere. Like, do they not know what show I don't get it. So that angered me that he's making it seem as if
I do want to know what that conversation was like that they had on the phone though. Like, what was the argument about exactly? But here's my thing. When the only thing I did hear from her that kind of made me look at her funny was like her getting mad about the way he talks to people. you know, you talking to everybody, baby and baby. I'm like, but that's the way we talk. Like, it doesn't make a woman feel special just because he's not an asshole. Because to me, he's very much been clear that he was more about Vernisha than any of the other women. So the way he talks to the other women, I don't feel like should necessarily matter because it's about the way he treats them. And he hasn't treated any of them like they were more important than Vernisha.
He still said that he picked Kyra Kira.
That was to get back at Vernisha because of whatever she must have did on the phone that pissed him off. He was being passive aggressive like some of these New Orleans niggas will be. They do some old pussy ass shit like he did, and that they can't come at you the way they want to come at you, so they're gonna do some passive aggressive shit like get up here and say that you choose Kyra when you know good and goddamn well you ain't had but more than one conversation with that girl. I was like, nah, he know he full of shit for that. And that's why I got mad because I was like, when they continue to name her, I was like, and then the thing that Jason says, well, damn, how much time does she have? No, nigga, ask these men why they really choosing her. Don't act like she a hoe out here now because they all choosing her. I didn't like that.
I definitely see while Joelle is wrong for all of a sudden flipping the script and calling Vernisha smothering. I see how I feel like she played herself a little bit. Joelle is going through. I feel like he's somebody who got into a relationship too fast, and now that they're more than halfway into the process, he's wondering what it would have been like if he had the space to create those other relationships. But Vernisha isn't 100% at fault for that. Vernisha assumed that him and her were on the same page. So now that you're into the process and y'all dating opposites and stuff like that, you're curious about where it could have went with these other women. So I do think that the thought of marriage is scaring him now because he like, damn, hold on.
And maybe he's trying to create separation by like causing issue with her. But making it seem bigger than it is. Right.
Yeah.
But you can't blame her and make it seem as if like it's she's being too clingy. No, you just trying to backtrack and not be as close with her because you want to see what else can go on. I'm like, that's on you. She didn't force you to not talk to anybody.
I'm not gonna say clingy, but I don't like the fact that she did not have any other men that she was seeing and dating besides Deidre. Once Deidre was out the picture, it was like she didn't have one other person that she was even dating or talking to, at least that we saw. You know how they cut everything out this damn show. But I still feel like she was in a way too closed off. And I don't like when the women come on this show and close themselves off when the men are still in general talking and going on dates with other women. Joelle was still very much talking and going on dates with other women. It may not have been Kyra. You know, I'm surprised he didn't say Amber. Like, that didn't make sense to me. I'm like, why wouldn't you say Amber? That's the one that you really was like vibing and talking to more, you know, a little bit more. So I was confused about that. But I also feel like he threw that name out there because that was the first name that was said right before he talked. I think AJ had said Kyra or somebody had said Kyra before. And he was like, I'm going to just go ahead and say Kyra too. And I didn't like that. And I feel like men often don't think about the way they make women seem like they loose or they doing too much just because you throwing her name out there to try to hurt Vernisha or whatever the reason was. But either way, y'all, we've been talking about Ready to Love for too long because ain't even nothing happened like that. All them crazy ass people. I don't think none of y'all gonna end up together. What y'all think? Y'all think anybody gonna end up together besides Amber and Chris?
Amber, Chris. Well, that's who else. Liz and David might work out. They're not gonna work out past the reunion time.
What you mean? You saw the preview next week, right?
Yeah, you see the previews?
Whenever they show us preview somebody fussing, that means it's not gonna be that bad. So when they show me a bad scene, I'd be like, I don't think that. In the next scene gonna be him. I'm so sorry, Liz. You know what I'm saying? God told me to leave, but told me to come back. It's gonna be some bullshit worked out between them.
He looked real rough in that little portion though, didn't he? Look rough.
Crack.
No, he did look bad, super bad. I noticed. I was like, damn, what is going on?
He looked rough. Like the video. Before we go ahead and move on to do it like it might be day, baby.
Are we doing Run the World too?
I did not put it in the notes because I did not know how it would do. And you know how we was like, you know, because Pose didn't do good. I ain't want to bring, but we could definitely talk about it. I have to pull in a, you know, my little overall screenshot because I did not save those.
I just want to talk about stuff that they talked about because I got got the comments.
We can talk about it. We all review it, so we can talk about it. We can talk. Y'all want to talk about it before we get to this, or y'all want to talk about it after?
Because
we can talk before because it's quick.
Okay.
It's not, yeah.
Okay. All right. So if y'all don't watch Run the World, y'all are playing yourselves. We all review it. It's a really good show. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to find my little screenshot of the girls because I want y'all to be able to see the girls because the girls are pretty.
I want people to watch it. It's a good show.
Yeah, I love it.
And I think because it's new, people don't really know about it too much. So I'm like, if I can talk about it, let's talk about it. It's a good show.
It is.
And I really wanted it to be longer. After this episode, it gave me insecure the way it just cut off. And then it went to the credits. I was like, dang, it just made me feel like I was watching Insecure. And I was like, dang, I wish it was an hour long. It was really good.
And at the beginning of every episode, do they show like Black women making history and Run the World? Like each clip.
Cab. It was the taxi cab, right?
Yeah, the first episode was like a bus stop. I was like, how cute is this? Every single episode.
That's dope.
Hold up, y'all.
Was so unique.
I like how each actress, like, even though they each, like, I feel each person's character. Like, I know who I like. I like them all. Yeah. And I want to see more.
Okay, hold up. I got a picture. It's covering because I didn't get a chance to move them, but we can start right there.
It's okay.
This is good.
Okay, we can start right there. I'm gonna pull in one more, but y'all can go ahead. If you know, Jay Lee, because you feeling it. Go ahead, girl.
So Renee, I feel like Renee and her husband, who done quit his job to manage a fuck ass group, who done took they hard-earned money to pay for the group. I feel like she had every right to kick him in the face and to cuss him out and to say, I want a divorce. I feel like you can't take our money to do something and not talk to me first. So while she's also extra when she getting drunk and she on the floor crying, but it's like her husband on bullshit. She said, I can't breathe. I'm like, girl, I love it. The acting is so good. Yeah, I'm like, I would really want to beat my husband's ass.
Yes, I would have killed him.
Awesome.
Yeah, Renee killed it in that scene because she shows how funny she can be, but that scene was everything. She even played me when she was running around looking for stuff.
No, when she went in the refrigerator.
Hold up. Let me pull it up because I got it.
And she was looking
for slavery.
It was so funny. I'm like, what a fuck slavery came from? I said, oh my God.
This was the face he made when he said slavery. I was like, nigga.
Right.
I said, what do you mean?
We didn't say high level what was going on for people who don't watch the show. So Renee has been with her husband for I don't know how long. And apparently it sounds like it's a running thing for her to always say they're getting a divorce. But this time, we find out that her husband quit his day job where he was making a lot of money to keep them financially stable to be a band manager. And he invested lots of money from their savings.
No, all. And because she said he also traded in her Apple stock to pay for that.
Right.
Yeah. So she is losing her shit over there, drunk at the bar on the floor.
She said, I did not want to marry Ja Rule's intern. I said, not Ja Rule's intern.
I didn't marry him on purpose because they both have MBAs from Ivy League universities. He's very disrespectful. When she said that she felt like he was supposed to be the Barack to her Michelle, and he was like, you see yourself as Michelle? I was like, with an MBA from Stanford, I think the fuck so.
Right.
Like, she's gonna kill him.
What? She said he doesn't have enough talent to be a Kanye.
Yes.
She said that.
Yes. But he's not a producer. He's a manager. He's Miles from Soul Food. Okay. He's managing Milestone. Okay.
I understand why the family. When she said, why are we still paying off your degree? And he was like, oh, you think those degrees mean something? It's like, nigga, what did
yes.
You went and got the degree and then you took all the money out the savings account. So she can't even pay. So not only did you take the money out the savings, but you got to go in debt.
Yes.
If you default on your loans, like
gambling on their damn life.
When I look back at it, because they gave us flashbacks, I was like, how dare you tell her which way the tissue should go on the goddamn roll when you can't afford it?
She's like, does it fucking matter?
Oh, go ask. Wait a minute. Did you just go and take a shit after you just kicked me in the face? Yeah. The fuck?
Cause you a
That's
shitty
exactly
person.
what just happened. Anyway,
I was
y'all.
like, he is extra.
Renee's husband is stab. Okay, just so we're clear on that. We're not sure if she's actually gonna get a money divorce, but she should.
Because she was at the end, she was like, "Oh, I feel like she wants them to fix shit, but she's also over the shit too."
She should be over it. He's mad disrespectful.
Do y'all think that part of what he's saying is true though? I kind of believe some of what he's saying, although what he did was ignorant as fuck. But I kind of believe some of what he's saying.
I don't like
some of it, but not enough to do what he did.
I don't like the comment he made about how she only supports him when it benefits her. I didn't like that because I'm like, well, she agreed to support you while y'all were in this process. How does that benefit her to, pay for you to not work? To not get paid, like she's
I wonder
paying for you to live. How is that?
But I wonder their backstory, because I feel like the stuff they both said seems one-sided. So like we don't know much of what either of them said is true, and that's the bad part.
Out there, he was on bullshit.
Well, he on bullshit too.
Like you were a private equity manager or whatever. That sounds like you making good money, and you just quit that. Not really consulting your wife to manage and then take all y'all savings. Like
without telling her.
He was trying to.
He said, "I was going to invest." She said, "Invest what? What did you invest?" Oh, the fact that she didn't know, and he slipped and he slipped and told her the shit. I was like, "Oh, he getting his ass whooped."
Yeah, he did. Did you see his face? He just thought like, "Oh,
right."
Like what I just say? What happened?
Stab. Y'all, let's move on to Sandy, because I just have to explain to the people that Sandy is wearing sunglasses because she decided to lick in that space between the butthole and the balls on hole, man, and he fought it in her eye, and now she got pink eye. And we will tell y'all once again, that's why you don't play with these niggas' ass, because you'll end up with shit in your eye.
When she said out her mouth, he pooed it in my face, I say, bitch, you had to say the word pooed it. The fact that you had to say pooed it, that he pooed it in your face.
There was some shit in it.
This is a black show.
Spray fart.
Pooed it, not farted. I was like, okay, I love the authenticity behind it.
It was just so funny. I'm like, he really, when she said,
I don't say fart, I say fart. There's a difference.
When she said, I told him to get on my face. I'm like, why did you ask him to hover over your face? Like, for what? For a better angle. I said, oh God. And he put it in my face. I said, oh shit.
In her eye, money. Spray fart. That remind me of the Dave Chappelle skit when they was talking about R. Kelly, and he was like, R. Kelly could spray fart in my dinner tonight. Just like spray fart. And now I understand what that means, because it gets in your eye, and then you gotta wear sunglasses. She looked hot as I could not, y'all. I'm sorry, hold up, wrong ones. It slid up. All right, so the next set was our girl Whitney and her situation. So Whitney is getting married. She is also someone that her boss relies on heavily for, clients. Like this one client, this gay guy is obsessed with her, right? So he had to have her take him out to have a good time so that he could get away from his husband and kid, right? Meanwhile, she's supposed to be going to dinner with her fiance and his aunts, his very Nigerian aunts, who are upset that they are having to wait on her. And then she ends up never showing up, which she did on purpose. They went from dinner to a club, and then when she was about to leave and he was, basically like, fuck it, don't come, she was relieved. Okay, then her little coworker ended up getting high off some Molly by accident. That's Renee falling out in the middle of the flow, because when I did these, I was doing them in order. And then here we have Ella going home with the white guy who said cock, and she had to get up and out of there because us black girls do not like nobody to say cock. I was actually appalled at this last scene when most of them were saying they watch white porn. I was disgusted. I was like, I specifically do not watch white porn. And I was so offended by all of these beautiful black women sitting up here talking about, oh, I'm worrying about the pay disparages. Bitch, I'm trying to nut. I need somebody that I'm attracted to. For that reason. I'm not attracted to the white girl with no ass who's allowing them to like semi-rape her in this porn scene. Like, this shit is too much.
Yeah, I don't mind white porn, but it has to be a specific kind of white porn, and I don't want cock white porn. Like it could be like lesbian white
Okay.
porn, but not like
what's cock white porn?
It's like white dudes fucking anybody, because white dudes fucking anybody that's gonna say cock, and I hate the word cock. I think like
I don't like interracial porn, and I hate that when you search for only black porn, interracial porn
always
pops up.
yes, it's so aggravating.
I hate
you
it.
put in ebony and it doesn't come up. You can put in ebony or put in black, and it's never black people. It's always other.
And then there's always I don't want to see your pink penis.
Wait, no, hold on, Jamie. No, Jamie. Jamie.
I get black people when I put in ebony.
What?
Where you go?
Right. What's
like
put it in the chat.
I'm on YouTube and Pornhub.
Put it in the chat.
You just go ahead with the girl chat. But
look, I'm about to hold it
like
the private chat.
Black when they was the how I'm like nobody watches. I don't watch porn to figure out pay rates or
I don't give a fuck.
No, that's not what you go to porn for. It's like you don't Google, what the pay rate of the black actress porn. Like you don't do that. You put in what your kinky is, and you do that. But I'm like, that ain't how we even sit and talk about porn. We're not saying that's not what dick sizes, juices, whatever. It's that I'm like y'all have the wrong porn conversation for me.
Like I'm worrying about ass.
At this rate, it's no reason for Adam and Eve not to be sponsoring our videos. I want to promote.
This is true.
Somebody,
Bella, Balessa, whatever.
Tag Adam and Eve. Send us the code. Send us some products.
Okay, we'll talk about that all day.
Already, so yeah, I'm into it. I actually was like appalled just because it's like that's just crazy to me, like that black women would really be up there like, oh my god, it's so low budget, and it's just like that's not what this is about. You think I give a fuck about their surroundings? I do in nasty hotel rooms.
No, I would
She's
look
excellent.
Sometimes I'll we'll be watching it or whatever, and I'd be like, why her socks look like my focus would go to like some. I've seen from well, because they have like shoes on, like stockings or whatever. Okay. But I'm like, why do I don't like that.
Oh yeah, no, it has to be the mid-range black porn. Yeah, it's not just regular raggedy porn.
I don't want to know they're in a hotel. I don't want to know that's a hotel lamp. That's the air conditioning. Yeah, I don't want to know it's a hotel, and like I'll focus on weird shit sometimes, but it's still I'm still focused on the right things. But sometimes I'm like, why is he wearing boots?
If their intensity is on point, that's all I'm paying attention to. Like, if you good enough at this shit, but Miss Natural always will fuck in these nasty ass burgundy covered hotel rooms. But her work is so good. Like it'll be like a burgundy cover on the bed or something like that, or a brown cover on a hotel bed. It's something dark, but it's like a dark color. But either it lets you know it's like an old motel or old hotel or some shit like that.
It was dark and stuff.
Yeah. And I used to be like, but when you actually watch her, she's so into it and good at it that you kind of forget about the surroundings. And that's amazing. Like there's one she does with this girl, and the shit is almost like they play fighting, and we be laughing and shit at it, but somehow it still works. But I do understand what y'all mean. However, when she was like, it's MC Hammer's old mansion, I was like, first fuck all, those be the good ones. Those be the nice ones.
Yeah, those be the big ones.
Right? That be the ones that got like the good names in it, and everybody looks good, and there are no Chanel pimples on the booty. Because you remember Chanel.
Seen James' message.
Oh, okay. Hold up. Let me look. Because y'all know your girl had pimples on the booty. On Johnson's Cabaret, and I was just appalled. Do y'all want to comment further about Whitney not wanting to get married and all of that before we move on?
Not really.
No, I'm not surprised.
Oh, are y'all fucking white boys though?
No,
never have.
I've never. I can't imagine white penis. Like when the girl said how white penis is fleshy, I was like, fleshy.
What's that?
What does she mean is fleshy? Because black, that was weird to me. I think look, black dick is amazing. Okay, it looks like a strong king size Snickers bar with the chocolate veins going through it. You know what I'm saying? It's real nice. The veins,
like a branch
crescent through it or whatever. It feels real nice to the touch.
The color,
and I like. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, white dick don't feel like that. I feel like
Where do you see
I
that in
feel
nature?
like it's gonna feel different, and I don't want that in my life.
On pig.
I can't imagine myself. Not that I have not found white men attractive,
No.
but I could not see myself fucking them.
It's
Not
like
in
a
real
purely
life.
aesthetic thing. Like it's pretty,
Yeah.
it looks nice, but that doesn't mean I want to touch it. I have had white boyfriends. Well, just really one. And then another guy was crushing on me, but I was like, no, thank you. But yeah, I had a little white boyfriend in middle school, and he was super sweet and everything. And you know, of course, no, that wasn't the one I was gonna smash. That was my ex-school boyfriend. Okay, you smash the people that
Look
you
at Jamie's face. Jamie, why you make that face, Jamie? Jamie, do you have a white cock story for us?
I don't.
Is there a white?
No, I don't. I promise.
But you worked around white people. They ever tried you?
No, they haven't. I had a white dude try and holler at me when he was with his girlfriend outside of Walmart. It was so weird. He was cute too. I was like, you go get it, but you with this lady, and I don't know.
I've been tried by many white dudes, but I've always been turned off on them because I went to school with a lot of white dudes, and when we were in school, they would never really try to talk to you. But literally, after school was out, countless of them was in my inboxes, and I was just like, nah.
No, thank you. Not gonna be your experiment.
I wouldn't say I never would. I think he probably has to have a certain build, like athletic build, maybe like an Ashton Kutcher or like a Shia LaBeouf for sure.
I would think the penis to remind me. Yeah, he would have to have a strong, big black dick energy though. Like I would need big black dick energy from a white boy to even, you know, attempt to.
Because sometimes, like watching the white men, like they DIC, it be looking like a pencil a little bit. It don't look off. You know what I'm saying?
It don't look strong.
Yeah, it's like it be like kind of skinny, and I be like,
it don't look strong. You know? Like black dick looks like a muscle because it is a muscle. But I feel like
that's why you don't say cock, because that doesn't sound strong enough.
Yeah, it's like it's not. I've never seen. I've watched a lot of porn. I've never seen a strong looking black dick. White dick. I've never seen a white strong looking dick. It always looked like, you know, I'm a little teapot, and that's really it.
I did see one the other day.
Where?
I did.
I've seen one strong looking one.
I'm gonna go on the site and I'm gonna put that in the site and I'm gonna say I want to see a strong white cock and see what comes up. Lord Jesus, I hope the wrong thing don't come up.
I think at this point we should press forward. Okay, so let's do it like it's my birthday, baby. Okay, Jocelyn's Cabaret. All right, you guys. It really wasn't much from this episode. The only things that were interesting was we found out that Miss Natural is actually going through a divorce. We had no idea she was married. Her man finds it, you know, hard to trust her. And I'm like, I find it hard to believe that you got into a relationship with a porn star and now you having issues trusting her. Thank you, Fadita. I appreciate it, boo. Then we also learned that Sapphire regrets getting ass shots. And I guess Jamie was right, because I think Jamie was the one that pointed out that she was sluggish in her performance. And I think she felt it as well, which is why that's, you know, hard for her while they're in the cabaret, because she's like, this shit is hindering me. And that's why I always tell y'all, that's why Nicki Minaj never performs that great to me, because that ass is holding her down. It's holding her back. So they have and then she had to talk to Lucky, because Lucky was like, when I, you know, if I would have won the money, I would have went and got something done. And I'm like, and you would have ruined the very appeal that you have about yourself, which is your complete naturalness. Like she is beautiful. Every time she's in the confessional, it's like
she's
for
gorgeous.
a moment, you'll be like, just for a moment, you'll be like, it's something like she's always so effortlessly beautiful, and it's something that you should not fuck with, because the Lord gave it to you. The Lord
she reminds me of a young Jocelyn who hasn't realized her like the way Jocelyn looks now. You can tell she finally realized her potential, and once Lucky realized her potential, it's gonna be she's gonna be a bad bitch.
Yes,
a bad bitch.
Beautiful. I think that's what makes her so different than all the other girls, because you look at her and you like, damn, you can be whatever you want. Like, even though you want to be a stripper, you could be whatever you want, and you'll be just fine. She's so pretty.
She's beautiful.
Very,
And
yeah.
that's a part of her appeal to me. Like when she performs, it's definitely like I have honed turning my beautifulness into an alluring act, which I feel like it's not easy for a lot of people to do. It's not something that you can even really teach sometimes. So I feel like she definitely has something about herself that should put her in a better situation after this, hopefully. Because I hate when I hear that they go back to, you know, slipping in and out of niggas' cars and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or hitting up ugly bitches like Barbie to fuck on camera to make some money. Because you know that's what they was doing. That's what they do now. They and I didn't realize this, but the Instagram porn people hit each other up to fuck on camera or on Instagram or on OnlyFans. There's one little dude that I follow that's always, and Sky promotes him all the time from Black Ink Crew. I forgot his name. But he will always be meeting up with people. He'd meet up with like a little person, or then he'd meet up with some other girl that a lot of people watch, like just people who have big followings like him as well. And they meet up and they have sex on camera, and then they promote it. Yeah. So I imagine that that's what was going on with Booger Face and Lucky, and that's what they thought was gonna happen. She said when they started recording, she started acting funny, and I'm like, it's because you brought a dude into the situation, and she had already asked you, did you have a pimp, and you told her no, and then she get there, and you trying to get her into this pimp shit, and she didn't really want to do that, but she felt backed into a corner, so she agreed, and then later on kind of changed her mind and ran off when she saw the opportunity, and you got mad about that, but that's because you was fronting on that girl and trying to, you know, lure her into some shit she didn't want to get into. But either way, she was in the video, Live Your Best Life, which I'm so upset about. I was like, bitch, you need to redo that whole video without her, and you need to put all them girls who you really like in the video. Get, you know, Sexy Lexio. I mean, whatever the fuck the girl is, Lexi Blow, get her.
She should have had Lexi Blow. Should have had Lucky. She should have had Big Lex. If she would have dressed them right, good hair, good makeup.
Big Lex be giving me weird in the face. Like she don't know what to do with her face.
She gotta get her makeup right.
It's because she don't blend down her neck.
Yeah, her makeup sometimes be off.
Fish eyes, but I'm gonna let it go. Either way, they had the little meet and greet. Jocelyn over here with the, you know, the little flapper outfit on. I was like, all right, bitch, do it. And she introduced the girls and presented the video. And then after, she basically told Lucky that she was taking her captain hat from her and giving it to Yummy P, because Yummy P was the only one that was doing the choreography to her standards. And that pissed off Sapphire, and that pissed off Big Lex, and that pissed off Lucky. And I mean, here's my thing. I did not see Yummy P being better at that choreography than Lucky. But, you know, like Jocelyn said, they was getting up every morning and rehearsing it, and she felt like Yummy P was better. But I don't understand why that meant she needed to be the captain. But I feel like from the jump, it should have been every week somebody gets to be the captain. Yeah. Whoever does the best every week, that person wins, you know, captain for that next week. Like they should have, you know, put that into it instead of allowing Lucky to be the one to call herself that first. And then now you want to be giving hats and shit to people because they learned the choreography after the girl then told her she was going too fast and shit. So I'm just kind of lost about what was actually going on there.
I think Johnson knew the show was getting boring and she decided to throw a monkey wrench in there. I think without Aqua and Big
Sapphire
Face
was doing too much to me though. I feel like Sapphire be doing too much often. Like she just gets too upset. She just gets too upset about shit that really don't have nothing to do with her. You don't even care about that shit. And I get you want a buck for your friend, but at some point, bitch, calm down.
Sapphire took me out talking about, I don't want this ass. And she said, I don't want this ass no more. I started laughing.
But it's like, hard too. I like that she was honest about she don't like her ass, even though other people do. And I feel like her ass always looked fake, but you would have thought that she had the fucked up ass shots. I think some women go and get their ass done right, but it's like she's more upset because she got her ass done wrong. I think had she had a good doctor who did not, like her ass get either fix a flat or some Gorilla Glue, whatever in it, that is now moved on her body. So I think she's only upset because she didn't do it the legal right way to where now she's okay. And I think about how long she's been dancing or whatever. So I'm like, we know back then it wasn't even a real safe way yet. it was like, oh, I think this may work, but it may not work if I don't like in 10 years. So I think her regret is more when she did it and how she did it than the fact that she did it in general.
Mm-hmm. Some part of me felt bad for her and some part of me kind of didn't. But I was glad that she ended up talking about it, you know, so the girls that are coming up like Lucky and other individuals can see, like, you may want to chill out. A lot of people forget or don't know that when you get in your 30s, you really are going to put on more weight than you were in your 20s. So you may not even need that surgery. And it looks like she had a whole bunch of butt. I kind of like want to refuse to believe that all of that was straight injections. It seems like, I don't know the age or what she got it done at, but it's like, had you waited a few years, you probably would have been right where you needed to be. I don't know, but I'm glad they had the conversation. I think it sucks for her. Hopefully she could get it fixed. She said it's easy to get in, but it's hard to get the shit out. And it's like, yeah, because you don't know what they put in you.
Yeah, y'all saw.
That's like what Kate Michelle did.
Yeah.
Right.
She had to have multiple surgeries.
The fat transfer is the best way to do it. That's what they say. But I just would like for y'all to also know and to understand that your body can reject fat if it's taken from another part of your body. So it does not matter that it is healthier than putting Fix-A-Flat in your ass. If your body rejects it, then your body is going to reject it and you're still going to have a negative reaction to you doing that to yourself. So if you ask me, I feel like just work out, bitch, and perfect the body that you have instead of trying to get a body that look like somebody else's body. Because that's what a lot of y'all are trying to do. Everybody wants the same ass shape.
A lot of people be going out here getting all this work done, and it seems, okay, are you really getting it done for you, or you're getting it done to attract people? Because sometimes y'all go, most of the time, y'all go out here and get all this work done, and you still be at square one like you were in the beginning because ain't nobody choosing you. And then when they do choose you, they choosing you for your body, they choosing you to be on their arm, but they not really looking at anything deeper than that. So it's like you may want to work on that first and love on yourself first, and you won't even need that because most dudes don't even be caring about a lot of this shit.
I think she saw it as an investment since she's a stripper. That was definitely an investment for her.
I think most strippers did, but like when Lexi Blow said how back then, if you didn't look a certain way, then you couldn't even get booked as a dancer. So I feel like men wanted women to look a certain way, and then women then all went and got the same look from the same fucked up doctor. And then now that the doctors have, you know, perfected, you know, how to have a certain shape, it's like y'all all look the same. Y'all all look like a gorilla from the Gorilla Glue with the small waist with thick thighs and a big butt. It's like what y'all look, it doesn't look natural. I don't see an issue with someone who gets work done to still look natural. When you go and get work done that makes you look like you are weird, or like we know that was built by Mattel. We know that you went and had that done somewhere. I don't think it makes sense to make your body look so different just to look like someone else, because what shape works on someone may not look right on you. And you look like the gorilla with the small waist and the big ass.
Am I not letting y'all talk?
No, we're good.
We are, girl. Who was that? Who said that? Y'all know I can't see.
Keep in mind, it's a what, we're going on 3 hours. I mean, a lot of people who make comments like that tune in for 20 minutes max. So whatever. Do
y'all not think we sit and talk to each other all the time? Do y'all not think that we sit here and we all have an opinion? Look, we all talk, okay? Damn. I may talk a lot sometimes, yes, but that does not mean that Jamie and Niecy don't talk enough. We all talk when we want to. Because please believe, if someone wants to talk, we're gonna say something. Leave it be. Lord, they be always on the bullshit.
They'll be all right.
Okay,
but we love y'all.
We appreciate your view. But I hate when y'all do that. Like, nigga was literally on mute eating chips and you sitting up here talking about let others speak. But okay. My smart lipo is on the menu. Judge me. Let me tell you something. I don't judge nobody for doing what you want to do with your body and whatever makes you happy. I just feel like there are certain things that, like, scientifically, this shit is just not smart. Like your ass, you fall on your ass, you sit on your ass. Your ass takes a lot of, you know, beating, so to speak.
Have you seen the pillow? Body. Have you seen the pillow they have to sit on after the butt job, to where they butt has like hang over the pillow because they can't sit down for so many weeks? They show somebody coming home from like getting their butt done, and the pillow was like like a you know the long circle pillow that you know like the little round one. It's like that, but so they butt hangs like over. Yeah, like a donut, and they butt has to hang up. They can't put any. They can't like sit down flat on their butt.
And I'm gonna just say that I've seen a lot of these girls with BBLs, and they look like they trapped inside their body. Like they skin be looking tight, but they look like they're still like, you know, fat in there. Stuff. Like Hazel.
Kimbella.
It's the ones who shoulders still be looking broad as fuck for me. Your waist, you get your waist done, but you don't lose weight overall, and your shoulders and your arms.
You can't lose bone. That's
like Chevelle. Like Chevelle.
How you gonna have a fat face and a little bitty stomach? How you gonna have a fat face and a little bitty stomach?
I'm just even like she got no work done.
Shekinah, somebody listen. Yeah, look, so I said Kimbella. There's a couple of people.
Kimbella body looks painful.
She like she can't breathe. Lil Duval was cracking jokes about that on X today. Post BBL, how girls sit on the plane ride back.
That's where I saw it. Yep, they posted all these photos of the girls like not being able to, like on the plane. The girl was like she was facing the seat, so her knees was in the seat, and she was facing the seat because she couldn't sit down. And so she was like her ass was propped up because she couldn't sit down on the way back home from getting surgery.
Through that. Like that's why I said your ass is not your titties. Like your titties, you don't really like. You could go through a whole day without nothing happening to your titties. You can't do anything without something happening to you because you use your butt muscles to walk. Like
you know who body I think.
Movement, what is that?
Girl, they got stand up.
Oh Jesus! I just thank you, Father God.
Right
First of all, to stand up while you taking a shit, you gotta be in squat position.
Baby,
how do you hold it?
You gotta take a shit backwards too. You can't sit on the toilet like regular.
You know who body I don't mind?
You have to front face the toilet.
The only person who body I feel like doesn't look bad, honestly, to me, is Cardi B. Because Cardi B had her ass done, she had lipo, and she had her titties done.
I just was on her page the other day.
Her ass looked better in pictures.
Probably in the pictures. But when she was in the bathroom walking, I was like,
video.
No, she ain't have to go get all this ass.
Really?
She already had butt.
With Megan, what was the thing they had the song up? To me, Cardi did good, but Cardi would have moved quicker and better if she didn't have all that ass back there.
Yep.
See, I didn't like the outfit she had on. I thought she was too stiff in her outfit.
That's why I love Meg so much.
Because her body natural.
And she moves like her body is natural. She can, because let me tell y'all, them girls with that fake ass, they have no idea how to shake it.
You know what I wonder? I wonder it's because they've had, I feel like if you had your ass done, you stupid. You stupid. Damn your body. I feel like if they had their ass done a while ago, I do wonder whatever they had in there, it gets heavier. And that's why as they get older,
somebody tiny body. And y'all remember how she sat down the whole verses? She was on that step.
But see, her ass don't match her legs. Like there's a literal there's a space in between her legs, her butt that she should have got her butt should not have gotten so big. She got it done too big. I think she might have bad work done. Try to get it fixed and it made it worse, and she said fuck, I'm gonna leave it here. But like when she stands sometimes you can just see how awkward her butt is because she was cute when she was in skate back in the day, and then she messed up her face and got them eye contacts done permanently and her ass. Girl,
man, listen,
good luck.
I'm gonna just say that I'm gonna keep all my squats and my lunges and perfecting the body the Lord gave me so that it'll still be, moving and shit when I get older. Cause all that shit is all well and good until it affects how you moving around this world when your ass get older and you start to have issues that you. Yeah, I mean, to me, a lot of the chicks that got them that are older, that shit like. Y'all can say what y'all want to. Kenya's ass is not real, and that shit looked bad when she was walking on the fucking beach.
Kenya's ass looks hard.
Yeah,
and I think usually like some of the new girls, like Nikki's ass still jiggles a bit. It just jiggles all together, doesn't jiggle separately, and would look
like this.
it's 2 blocks to be a move.
No jiggle.
Real
none at all. And that like Lexi Blow ass. Lexi Blow ass does that. Kenya's ass moves like 2 bricks, and I feel like it doesn't make any sense.
What?
Not 2 bricks.
Lexi Blow ass was like waving.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like
Lexi Blow ass.
So her ass is real because it moves. But I'm
that's
like,
what I
Kenya's
thought. I was
ass.
like, maybe she's just really light skinned. That's a possibility.
No, she white. She
thought
got
she was
black
white.
uncles.
What if
Somebody
she
else was
Mexican, Puerto Rican, or something?
She got black uncles.
Something about Lexi just feels black to me, and it's in
her
this
lips
area.
too.
It's in this area where I'm like, I just can't wrap my mind around
it. It ain't 100. Like, but
she
you
got
know
black
who else?
in her somewhere.
Pete Davidson also gives that vibe, so you got to be careful.
Who is it?
Pete Davidson,
the drummer dude.
He does. He does.
No, the comedian from SNL.
Oh, from SNL.
Yeah.
We thought he was something else for the longest, and he was like, "No, I'm just white. I'm like
white.
with those lips."
Yes.
Somebody's lying in the family. Let's move on, y'all. We got to get to Married at First Sight, y'all. All right, like the video. Take this moment to appreciate us and like the video because we've been giving y'all content for 3 hours now. I didn't mean for it to go on this long, but the conversation was flowing and we was having a good time. So it is what it is. Okay. We appreciate everybody for coming to see us, and we also appreciate y'all for catching the play back. Okay. We love y'all. Okay, so like the video. Okay, like. You better like this video. Oh. You better.
I ain't got my boobs in out today.
Oh, you better like. You better like this video. Oh, we appreciate y'all. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into Married at First Sight. Okay. It was too much of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say that the main things that stuck out to me, besides Chris having his conniption and Paige trying to let us know that she's a strong black woman and she ain't no weak bitch, even though what she been doing this whole time, acting like a weak bitch. Okay. And then we had Haley, who honestly got off scot-free because of Kevin's ass, the host. Yep. He pissed me off the entire time that they were going through that segment, talking about she tried because she fucked that man on day 3. You were not trying on day 3 when you decided to have drunken sex with him because y'all were just drunken vibing. Like, actually trying would have been trying to get over that moment and get to know him on another level. Because the truth of the matter is, Jacob is the type of person that you would want to be your friend. That's the type of nigga that's going to get out his bed at 2 o'clock in the morning to come get you in the middle of nowhere when you got a flat tire and all of that, because he's just that good of a friend, even if he not fucking you. So to me, she played herself in this situation by not taking advantage of the friendship they could have had, even if she was 100% with him and told him, hey, I'm not really attracted to you. I just want to be cool. Maybe we can just build a friendship and see where we go from there. That would have been better than what she gave, which was trying to act like he didn't really try. And I feel like she was the only one that didn't understand his humor. I don't give a fuck. He was hilarious to me most of the time. Virginia,
but I feel like she didn't try at all, though. I feel like what would have worked? Try the whole 8 weeks to like him. I feel like saying on day 3, I fucked you.
That was
didn't
a
make any
last effort on day 3.
That's the part I didn't like. I feel like they let her off the hook because they felt like Jacob should be the one because he's the guy. But I'm like, what do you want someone to do if the girl don't like them? Had he been more persistent,
she would have called sexual harassment on him. If you know,
that would have been on bullshit. So I feel like with them two, I felt like I liked that he played her dust. I liked that he was like, I'm not gonna be nice to you. I liked that he was like, I was my whole self. And she didn't like me, and then making it seem as if he keeps in it, but she didn't like him. Like, what the fuck did y'all want to do? And I know that Kevin compared them to the couple from season 1 who's on couples cam now. I feel like this season was not a typical Married at First Sight season. It was not. I feel like each season you have couples who do get along and who don't, but I feel like that doesn't mean that the guy had to force the girl to like him if she really, really don't. Every season, someone is not a couple. They're not a match. Right. They're the one who wasn't a match. So don't make it seem as if he was wrong when clearly he was trying to like the bitch. She didn't like him.
honestly, he was giving a little bit of Paige vibes at first because he kept resetting with her. And she would keep treating him like shit. I'm glad Dr. Pepper said something to Kevin, like, how much rejection was he supposed to take? Like talking about, I've never slept with a woman that hated me before. I'm like, that mean you got lame dick. Like, what you talking about?
I'm like, you don't do
baby mamas hate they baby daddies, right?
Right.
Talking about.
I didn't like that they
go ahead, Jamie.
I'm sorry. I didn't like that they tried to use sex as a way of saying that was her way of trying, because to me, I'm like, yeah, she was trying to get a nut herself, just like he was. That's the reason she did it, but she didn't do that for him. She did that for herself. So if you want to look at it like that, then she didn't try at all during this process. So I just felt like they was full of shit. And it pissed me off that even when the therapist came out, the two ladies saw it from Jacob's point of view, but then you got Pastor Cal seeing it like Kevin, and I'm like, okay, you just trying to have a black man bro moment to where you agree with your brother man or something, because you wrong. And these two ladies were right there experiencing it, witnessing what's happening between Haley and Jacob. So that was confirmation that we weren't seeing it inaccurately. They saw it just how we saw it.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. They were trying to set Jacob up for the okie doke all the way. I was so annoyed at how much time they spent trying to show clips of Jacob, making it look like he did something wrong, when in all actuality, Haley never, ever, ever, ever gave him the space or the cheat code to get to know her at all. It was literally like, I don't understand. It just didn't make sense. Kevin, as much as he watches our reviews and asks the right questions, he completely failed with this one. And I feel like he was trying to prove a point with the wrong person. Like, maybe because Chris left, he decided to expend all that energy on Jacob, but it was absolutely a fail.
Yeah.
But when they showed the scene of them doing the fishbowl questions, and it was like hold hands for the duration or whatever, and then do the kiss, she I don't like touching. And it's like, but you told them that you were affectionate, but with Jacob, you just was not affectionate. And I appreciated Patrick Cow saying, clearly she just did not like him. I'm like, he was saying this shit the whole time. Y'all was the ones acting like, it was something different. He knew what it was the whole damn time. She don't like me.
And then
I'm trying.
Failed Jacob.
Yeah.
I was upset that Kevin was acting like something was wrong with the fact that he kept saying, she just doesn't like me. He's talking about, you could say the sky is blue, and Jacob would be like, she just doesn't like me. Like, no, we're specifically talking about what happened in their relationship. She just didn't like him.
That's exactly what it was.
It was infuriating to watch him go at Jacob like he wanted, like he was trying to, he kept leaning forward and shit, like he was trying to force Jacob to change what he felt about her. Even when he first walked in and he was like, oh, you don't think she looks nice? Or, you don't want to tell her how nice she is. He was like, no, thank you.
Because I don't have to.
Like none of my 80s shit. Fuck her.
And again, we haven't talked since since decision day. So I'm looking like, I don't get why they act like it's awkward that two people who chose to divorce is not coming. Like, oh, you look amazing. It's like, no, bitch. Okay, hi. Let's get over with.
Let's rather had Haley quit before the 8 weeks was up. The only reason why she didn't quit is because she was trying to make herself look good.
Yeah.
Right.
If you follow the same method as, because she had sex with this man she was trying, then you might as well say you felt the same way about Chris.
Right.
Like that was enough?
Yeah.
That wasn't enough for Chris with her just to have sex. That was not enough. And it wasn't enough for Haley with him. Because at the end of the day, it was only the third day. Y'all had all of that time together. And then she kept saying that he didn't know her. They never got to know each other. And I was just kind of like, well, we know that that's not true. Y'all did get to know each other. Y'all actually knew each other a lot more than the other ones because y'all weren't really getting, sexual or physical. So y'all actually had to spend time talking. But when he explained that she wasn't talking to him at all when they were off camera, but then as soon as the camera came around, she would turn on. I was like, that's why he was so upset with her in scenes. And we would be like, what the fuck, what's going on here? And he would just be like, whatever. He'd be sitting. Remember that table scene they had where she was trying to act like, she was engaging with him. And he was kind of like, but you really don't act like you fuck with me at all, though. Like, are you even attracted? Like, he had to keep checking in with her because she wasn't giving him anything positive. Like,
I said earlier on these two things that I was like, Haley was just like Chris, just in a white woman form. Like she was Chris, but as a white woman,
and Kevin
that's
got
really
white
what it was. Yeah,
who said that?
I said
you said that. Yes. Okay, so what do y'all think about the way your boy down here, Paige and Chris? How do y'all feel about that situation? Because honestly, I feel like Paige was on bullshit. Like you mad at us because we felt like you was coming off insecure. I mean weak, whatever you want to call it. But the truth of the matter is, anytime you allow somebody to treat you that bad who you don't know, and you keep going back and then you keep making it about that was some crazy shit for a lot of us to watch. Give us a minute. Give us a moment. You know what I'm saying? Excuse us for thinking that you going through this treatment was fucking crazy. So I didn't like the fact that there's all this energy towards the reviewers and the people who watch and the people who tweet about our reaction. Like,
definitely.
You got up here and did this shit. And it was the same thing for Clara and Ryan. Like they just had to, we put our lives up here and you guys don't have to be so mean. And I honestly felt like it wasn't even people that was being super mean, because we know there are people that say ridiculous shit to people. Y'all go on their pages and y'all say all kind of crazy shit at them, all that. We get that. But I feel like they were talking about people who review the show and how we felt about Ryan possibly being gay and Clara being crazy for, wanting to be with a man who physically isn't into her just so she can have a man. Like, y'all didn't like hearing the honest things about y'all, because when y'all were on these reunion shows, these 2 parts, everybody was on bullshit to me.
They had media training. I think they all watched the show. They was like, well, at least seen part of the show, because when decision day happens and some time goes by, they come and do the reunion show. They can't say shit or do anything until the show was aired. So I feel like they knew it was gonna be some bullshit on their end. So let's all make it seem as if we're great now, we're fine now. We've seen what happened on the show, and now we're better. It's like y'all on bullshit. But I feel like with Chris and Paige felt like, I don't want to be looked at as the victim, but you played victim the whole season. You made it seem as if you were hoodwinked and bamboozled, when in reality, someone you just met told you the day after your wedding he had somebody else pregnant. So you had enough time to leave him alone. You chose to keep dealing with him. And when Dr. Pepper said how Paige was the most dedicated and loyal person to this process she's ever saw, I'm like, that's Paige's stupidity. Because again, you didn't owe him shit. I said before, had Chris done any of that shit like on week 7, then Paige could have felt like, okay, he fucked me over the whole time. He did this shit before y'all went on a honeymoon. Okay, the following day after the wedding, he told you he don't like you. He didn't feel a connection with you. Let's work it out. Let's work it out. Okay, fine. You went on a honeymoon. He then left the honeymoon and went to Chicago. He never moved in the house with you. So why are you acting as if you were a victim? A victim of what, bitch? He's a stranger. You don't know that man. Right. It was a long one-night stand who you kept fucking him. So you played victim.
She kept trying to say we were legally bound, but what does that mean when you don't know the person?
Nothing.
God.
You a damn fool.
She kept blaming God brought us together. God. No, I'm like, stop bringing. God showed you from day one who he was. You chose to ignore God. God showed your friends saw who Paige said she had a bad feeling at the wedding. You said yourself you felt like something was up. You ignored your own common sense and God's words, and your friends didn't tell you he was on bullshit. I would have been pissed at my friends watching the episode, and then he said how she wasn't a trophy wife or whatever. Yeah. Why didn't y'all tell me that?
I feel like they didn't, because Paige is one of those friends where she's probably pretty sensitive and she just don't want to look bad, and they knew she wasn't gonna listen anyway, and she already did, so it's like, why tell her?
Probably in previous.
Nancy said we didn't even. She said, had I known everything that was going on, I would have been spoke up. So that right there alone lets me know that Paige doesn't talk to her friends about everything. She gives me Clara vibes, like she wants everything up here, like it's a certain way.
Right. I definitely feel like they probably have had situations with her in the past, because they said that she chooses men like this all the time, where, you think because they go to church, that must mean they're supposed to be different, but they end up being just as much of a fuckboy as somebody you would have met at the club. But they probably have gone through this with her in the past, trying to, get her to realize when somebody wasn't good for her, and she fought them tooth and nail. So they know at this point to just back away and let her do what she gonna do. And I'm not mad at them about that. Honestly, I feel like the way she talked about him, it made me feel like they was possibly still fucking, and I'm mad that they were not asked if they had sex after, the honeymoon.
Decision day.
Because it felt like, well, actually, even before that, because we low-key felt like they might have been fucking when she went back to Atlanta.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah, like,
course,
but
look at how Chris moves. You know what I'm saying? He knows that he can pull on her and have her whenever he wants. So I definitely believe that. And if they're not smashing now, maybe after she saw the whole show, maybe it's calming down a little bit. But I feel like they still getting it in.
I'm still trying to understand.
That's what made me feel like she was full of shit, talking about, yeah, I'm on my way to healing. How if you're still fucking him? Or how if you're still defending him? It ain't no way that you could possibly heal while still keeping this man in your space.
Right. Wow. It makes no sense.
But I like how the doctor said, because people kept blaming the doctors for picking Chris, and I appreciate them saying how the Chris who they vetted was not who came on camera, and how they brought up how
Chris knows what to say.
Chris is an actor now, because I watched for a few seasons, and I'm like, my mom watched the season. She's like, I can't believe this. I'm like, Mom, this isn't how a season usually goes. Like, don't think like this is what usually goes. It's never this bad or whatever. And I like they acknowledge Chris was a bad pick because of who he acted like he was before getting on camera. Because he then got on camera and showed his ass the whole time.
Until we got to this reunion show, and then he said everything that he knew people wanted him to say. And to me, that's when I started to notice the real manipulation and how he got on the show pretending to be something he wasn't, because he knows exactly what he's supposed to say. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they didn't even keep him on for the rest of it, because I feel like he would have ended up getting into it with somebody. So I'm glad they ended that. When it came to Virginia and Eric, because that was like the only other thing that I felt like was worth talking about, I still feel like nobody is touching on the way Virginia was responding to him.
He's gonna kill her. Kill.
Oh my God.
He is. Yo, the whole time I was watching it, I was just kind of like, he's like, I know I look bad, but the fact that she came on here talking about changing the wording and just her whole attitude and demeanor.
She drank the Kool-Aid.
That's what it felt like.
I never said I would. Okay, he got you trained up real good, Virginia.
But when she said how she never said that she said, I said I hung out and party more than I actually do. I'm like, but you kept, like, you was going out like it was an issue. It was weird. Like, I'm like, did they not know that it was recorded? Like, it was on TV. We seen the shit. Like, you didn't, it wasn't a far away non-camera. We seen this shit happen. We seen him, like, the overnight camera of them fussing when they both look drunk coming in from wherever. I'm like, y'all, you were hanging out. Like, what the fuck? I was like, she drank the Kool-Aid. He gave her good Kool-Aid and she drank it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Good Kool-Aid, huh?
It wasn't black dick Kool-Aid, but it was good for her.
They actually already broke up.
Really?
I heard he kicked her. Who is it? Janice somebody. I forgot her last name. The YouTuber. She posts a lot of Married at First Sight videos. I'm
about to Google it.
She's out of the condo now.
Somebody did say that to me earlier.
Janice Highland.
But see, that'd be a thing that people don't know about the show is, like, they record the show. Like, they can't get divorced. They're not supposed to even get divorced until after the whole series airs. Because if they get divorced before then, people will know what happened. Only one time someone filed for divorce. That was, I think, 2 seasons ago, was a black couple. And the dude filed for divorce, and they was mad because he filed for divorce the day after the season premiere. And now it's a rule that you can't do that because, again, you ruined the whole season. Right. And so I feel like we have to wait until the whole show airs and the reunion for them to even be really whatever's going on in life. So I feel like I'm not surprised.
They saying in the comments that Jacob is a Trump supporter. That is so sad.
I have seen that. Yes, I've seen that.
I can imagine that, but I can imagine Jake being a Trump supporter where he feels as if he's not that bad. He's not that bad. He's not racist. He's racist, but he can be fixed. I don't see him as being I don't like black people Trump support. I think there are two kinds of Trump supporters. Some who like black people and some who's like, I'm a back alley, redneck person. I don't see him as that kind of person, but I could be wrong. But I do see him as like he may support Trump.
It doesn't change how I feel about the shit that happened on this show.
Right.
Because to me, Haley's a Trump supporter too. The fuck?
True. And she don't like black people.
Okay.
She's a Karen.
She's Karen. So, that means that they really probably was perfect for one another. Hey, I don't get why she wasn't that attracted to him. He looked good with the beard. I thought the beard was a good one.
He did.
He looked nice.
His outfit looked nice. He looked good.
He was wearing the jacket he wore on the wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the same jacket?
Mm-hmm. He just put a graphic tee up underneath it.
He got a girlfriend who made him dress nice today. He had the little holes in his knees and stuff.
He thinks he's a progressive conservative. That means people done got in his ass about it. Because he had to explain it. Child, that's too funny. Well, that's disappointing. But I'm grateful that the season is over and we no longer have to struggle through this. I don't like any type of Trump supporter either. Haley was still wrong. But we know Eric was the largest. Oh, we knew how Eric felt.
Jacob hid it enough to be like, I don't want to be
why we wasn't that mad at Chris for the confrontations that he got into with them, because we knew underlying, we knew what was going on.
Yes, thank you for calling that out. Underlying, we knew exactly what was going on.
Yes.
Although he was wrong, I still feel like Clara and Virginia stepped to him, definitely trying to, Karen, let me speak to the manager type shit. This is a dangerous black man. Meanwhile, y'all just ended up becoming who Paige was the whole season. So we knew what was going on. A lot of people didn't want to dig deep and see what was really going.
Anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all I got. That's all my notes. That's everything.
I know they saying Married at First Sight couple scam come back on, and someone from this show will be on there. I hope it's Brianna and Vincent.
That's
on the couple scam.
It is. Advertisement for two.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. And Vincent. And ain't this another couple that's gonna be on there? Was it supposed to be Virginia and Eric?
I think so.
Child, I hope not.
Who proved that shit? I don't want to see that.
Don't nobody want to see that.
Well,
it don't matter. I like couple scam. So that we may not see it.
And we know the next season is gonna be in Houston.
Yes.
Did we see any
when
black
coming
people? Out? I didn't see.
I saw a black guy.
I saw two black dudes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They always have. Yeah, they always have, a plethora of color folks because they know they can't not include us. So,
because I will not review an all white cast.
Yeah, it's be boring sometimes. But I do feel like this season was a one-off. Like, I'm like, this was not the season for anyone to start the show, because even I felt like this is some bullshit. Like, this is how the season usually go. This ain't what I usually do. It'd be, be better than this. So I'm looking like, I hope next season gets back to how it always was before.
With more couples being agreeable.
Yeah.
This shit was toxic as fuck. And then I like the fact that most of the men seem low-key abusive. Like, what is this about?
This was my first time seeing Married at First Sight, and it makes me wonder.
Really?
I feel like this season, it was so much talk about it that it could
have been last season.
Highest rated seasons. I will. It seems like it may have been one of their highest rated seasons, so it makes me wonder: are they going to try to keep up with this format?
No, this isn't how they usually do stuff. No, I think every season, like last season, was good because it was in New Orleans. You had two friends on the show. Last season was really good. It was really highly rated because of the Amani Woody connection, with Karen being kind of an asshole to Miles, even the quirkiness of these two, this white couple or whatever. Even one season when they had a lady who was arrested or detained on the way to the honeymoon.
That was in Dallas.
Yes, Dallas. Yeah, because it was Mia and Tristan, I think their name was. Mm-hmm. So each season, like I say, this season is not typical. I think the big draw was Chris and Paige. And once that left off, it got boring. And usually the boring part be the honeymoon part. And when they get home, that'd be the popping part, because we get the real stuff. So I'm like, this season is not typical. I don't see them doing anything like this because, again, it hurts the show. And I think that's the reason why they had to do so much damage control with Chris and his bullshit. Because, again, it makes it seem as if y'all are putting people together for the wrong reasons for the show. And typically they don't do that. And usually the experts are involved more. But because of COVID, I think they just couldn't be as much in people's stuff as they usually be. So I'm like, if you watch last season that started before COVID hit and they was in it during COVID, and even a season before that, you will get a better feel of how things go. This is a horrible season as a new person watching. Like, it's not, no.
Watch what's that city? Is it North Carolina? Watch that season. North Carolina, I think. What's the season with Michael and Zach and Mindy?
Oh, that was a good one.
That's the season you need
Girl, man, that was like this season. As far as one of the grooms not wanting to come and move in with the wife, he doesn't have a baby anyway. But so it's I can't think of, I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna send it to you, Jamie. But yeah, like last season was really, really good because it's more of what it's about, and that's the first time we've seen them have to do COVID stuff. And because last season, you know, it's usually 8 weeks because of COVID. They had to live together for like 6 months because couldn't nobody go nowhere.
Right.
So last season was different too. But it kind of helped the couples get to know each other more because they had more time together. But the season before that was good too. But yeah, Mindy and Zach, man. Zach had made me so mad that season.
He's in it, man.
Because I was like, he was just an ass.
I've never seen the previous seasons either. I started off with last season.
Really? So y'all, Jamie, if you watch last season, and Bond, if you watch the season before that, I think that may have been the Zach season.
Okay.
No, I've only seen the New Orleans season. That's why I started.
The season before that and it's somebody. The season before, I believe, is North Carolina. I'm pretty sure. They have somebody on there that's almost like a junior Chris in the way that he has tantrums, named Brandon.
Brandon is the person who I said announced the divorce the day after the premiere aired. And the show was mad because he wanted to file. Now they didn't get divorced until the show had finished, but he filed for divorce, letting people know that during the show they, you know, didn't work out. So now they have it to where no one, because you're not supposed to announce it. He just said fuck it and did it anyway. And he had it was a fool. He's a black guy, and his black wife look. I don't want to ruin it. It's good.
Yeah, just watch it.
Okay.
If you watch like the past 3 seasons, you will get why the show has had so many seasons and be like, oh, so this was the bullshit season. This was the bullshit season. This was really the bullshit season because I was like, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, for the most part, it was boring if it wasn't for Paige and Chris.
And once they left, I felt like nobody, like even with Jacob and Haley back and forth in the whole time, I'm like, that was completely boring. Ryan and Claire not being honest. And even Virginia stopped getting drunk. So like, that wasn't fun no more. So it's like, I just waiting her to get killed. It's just weird that, you know, after people had focused so much on Chris and Paige, they didn't have their own stuff to work on camera at least.
Yep.
Yeah, Brandon and Taylor is their name.
Okay.
Crazy black man.
At the previous seasons.
Yeah.
But do you ladies have anything else to add before we go? That's it. That's all. All right, y'all. That's it. That's our show. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all follow us wherever we be. Okay. Y'all know I'm Bondy Blue on everything. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Go ahead.
See, Bonnie got the graphic. See,
I have a graphic.
I was waiting for the
graphic to pop up.
No, I don't have it.
It's
Niecy Dixon everywhere. Instagram, Twitter. I love to tweet during my shows. Twitter is so underrated. YouTube, the TikTok, Niecy Dixon.
Sorry, you guys, I don't have that graphic.
I'm different. So Jaylee's Corner on YouTube, but on IG and Twitter it's J_Lee's_corner. That's really it.
Hold up, let me find it though. Thank you so much for the super chat because I think Saki puts it in the comments. So
yes.
So you know, make it easy for everybody and all of that. You know. Hold up, that's our cash apps. Okay, support. Okay, yeah, no, Jamie, go ahead because I don't see it.
Jamie, that's me on everything: Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. There we go.
There you go. Thank you. I'm blind. All right, Sean. Y'all follow us, support us, and y'all come back next week. It will be on Jay Lee's Corner. Okay, so you make sure that you like, you comment, you subscribe, you come back, and you tell your people about us and share some of the portions on your Instagram. I love to see the moments that y'all like the most out the show in the stories. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all share those little tidbits with us. Let us know how y'all felt, and we will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.